My name's Nick Powers, and I'm the president and lead instructor of Warfighter Scuba. I'm a veteran of the United States Marine Corps from the years 2003 to 2007, with one combat deployment to Haditha, Iraq in 2006. Throughout my time overseas, I experienced a lot of situations that you wouldn't necessarily find yourself in the United States. IEDs, getting shot at, rocket attacks, mortar attacks, you name it, it happened. When I got out of the Marine Corps in 2007, I tried to adjust back to civilian life, and the whole time you're in, you just can't wait to get out. And when you get out, you start to realize, did you make the right decision? 9 times out of 10, most of the guys that get out, they immediately plummet into a depression cycle because you don't have that structure anymore that the military provides you. And this hit me super hard. We moved to one of the #1 top dive destinations in the entire world, and I figured I'd start getting back into scuba diving. And after our first couple dives, I realized how peaceful it was underwater and how none of my problems followed me. You're just there in the present moment. I had the idea for Warfighter Scuba, and I kind of hinted at it, and they said, "You go for it." And that's basically how Warfighter Scuba was born. So Warfighter Scuba is a nonprofit. We're a 501c3 nonprofit with the IRS. We bring combat wounded veterans down to the Caribbean to teach them scuba diving to treat their wounds. Whether their wounds are physical or mental, such as PTSD, scuba diving is a extremely therapeutic activity for mental stressors and for physical ailments. Mentally, as soon as you go underwater, your body just reacts. It's not normal. You're not meant to breathe underwater. Automatically puts you into the present moment. You have nothing but peace and calm. This ability to separate yourself from reality really allows veterans to find out what their trigger mechanism might be for their particular mental stressors. So every veteran who comes through our programs gets a 100% funded trip. Each veteran also receives a round-trip ticket from their home of record. That ticket will bring them straight into Roatan, and their entire week stay, their hotel, their meals, their snacks, everything's paid for. And so that veteran can get an entire week away from reality and completely separate from any kind of problems they might be facing at home. So each veteran receives very private and intimate training sessions when they come down to Roatan. We first start in the pool, we do some confined water skills, we'll then switch out to the open water dives. From that point on, it's not even training anymore, it's just fun. It's learning on a level that I don't think most people have experienced before. We do all the certifications for them that we can in a week at their pace, from open water to full face mask to nitrox. Every trip that we have, whether it's one veteran or 4 veterans at a time, we just have a blast. There's no bad karma. We've seen sharks, we've seen turtles. We've seen 4 eagle rays at once. Just the things that happen when we're in the water together are truly, they're just unbelievable. The dedication that these vets have now to scuba diving and to wanting to come back and to help other veterans experience what they've experienced, it hits me in the heart more than most things have ever hit me in my heart. It's truly an honor to take these heroes into the water. It's really cool to see the transformation that happens to them, from being, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. I've gone snorkeling a few times, or I'm not that good of a swimmer. And the funny thing about scuba is none of that matters. You're completely weightless in the water. You could come down and have 0 experience in the water and be one of the better scuba divers out there. So as with all nonprofits, we rely solely on generous donors such as yourselves. None of these programs could exist without people who are willing to give some of their hard-earned money up to save veterans who might be struggling with everyday life and have that unfortunate thought of suicide. 100% of every dollar that's donated goes directly to the veterans. I personally, myself, I do not take any kind of money. All my time is donated. There's no salary to anybody who's on the board or any staff positions in Warfighter. Donations can be made on our website at www.warfighterscuba.org. And remember, every donation is 100% tax deductible.
History repeats itself. History is always happening over and over again. So one of the ways to stop a theme, one of the ways to stop something from reoccurring is to first of all admit it. It didn't take long for us to quickly realize that there was power behind Mission 22, power behind its brand, power behind its message, and power behind its people that represented it.
All right, my friends, day 19 of 22, the 22-day push-up challenge. Day 19 means 418 men and women have possibly committed suicide in the last 19 days. I went and looked up my ship, the USS Rushmore. More people who have killed themselves by now than ever served on our ship at one time in just 19 days.
19, 20, 21. One more. Y'all ready for the last one?
Mission 22 has become a decentralized nationwide effort to show love, to raise money, to be available for other warriors, to be able to be a point of contact, to let the warriors know, but also for warriors to let other warriors know that there is a community. You're not alone. This isn't happening in silence. You're not forgotten. You know, we brought 4 veterans from all different parts of the United States and brought them together to hike through the state of Oregon.
May God bless you on your journey. Thank you for serving our country and for being willing to go on this walk. I'm praying you feel peace and strength with each mile.
You know, on this hike, some folks found God, some folks remained sober, some folks lost a significant amount of weight to be able to participate. And not so much just a healing walk for us as warriors, but for us to contribute to other people's healing. You know, this hike, we raised $12,000 for endobiogeny. Some of the folks on this hike, you know, they're going to be volunteers for this treatment. And I couldn't be more pleased and more proud because it was difficult. We had a lot of struggles. Not everything on this hike went pretty, you know, but we put some skin in the game. At the end of the day, we were able to raise money and we'll be able to use that money so guys can get the treatment that they need. The War at Home Monument is an example of our social impact, of our awareness, of our permanent fixture to do the work that we can't always do, to always remind us of what we've lost and what we will lose if we don't reconcile it. What we've done is taken 20 different veterans with their families' permission and used them as a silhouette to cut out of a 3,000-pound plate of steel. These warriors are placed in a V, and this is to show the size of the problem. This is to show the empty space they leave behind. And it's also to be a constant reminder of what happens when we don't listen to the stories of the warriors that fought in our name. Because it's not okay. It's not okay that everyone didn't know about veteran suicide. It's not okay that these things were a secret or left unsaid, or that it was shameful. It's not okay that it's shameful to suffer alone and suffer in silence, because if you ask for help, that you're no longer a warrior, that you're weak.
Yeah. So I come back and I thought everybody else changed. So I pushed my family away. And it took a long time to really realize it because I didn't want to look internally. You know, I got my Class A CDL and hit the road. I was on the road for about 8 years trucking. And this makes me think about how insignificant all of the major things going on are. I mean, what, 1 million years ago, that blew up. And, you know, over time became this.
Whether it's hiking mountains or building monuments, it takes a community to heal a warrior. Warriors didn't get damaged and didn't become separated from the sunlight of the spirit on their own. It happened in the name of this nation. We can change the way we think about war, how we think about warriors, how we think about ourselves, and what we think we're going to do in the American community. We can do it now. We can do it here. And there's going to be another generation of warriors coming. We can set the tone to create a culture that grabs them up and loves them and smothers them in resources, in opportunity right now.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Friday Night Lights. We are at Charlotte. It's week 13. Only 2 more weeks left of the regular season before the $1,000 Dash for Cash, and that's on the 16th of February, I believe. Don't have a calendar in front of me. So we're working towards that. Again, for those of you out there watching, to qualify for the Dash for Cash, a driver must first race in at least 10 weeks of the season. Second, feature winners get in if they meet that 10 race. After that, we go to points. Highest points gets in until we fill the 22 car field on points and feature wins, and then Tight Lines Apparel and Randy Carter Painting get provisional wins. So we'll have a 24 car field. We haven't released what track we're running at yet, but yeah, it's only a few weeks away. Clayton, welcome to the show. What are we looking at tonight here at Charlotte?
Hey, good. Thanks for having me. It was a pretty rough week last week, being under the weather and everything, but happy to be back. I believe Charlotte will kind of be a 2-lane racetrack. I've never seen Charlotte just go 1 lane, so these guys should be able to get around each other, you know, nice and tight, throw sliders, stuff like that. We should be in for a great night of racing. These guys give a little bit of room to each other as it does tighten up off both corners. They can give a little bit of room off the corner. We'll have a great night of racing for sure tonight.
So I'm counting 23 cars so far that have entered the server. So if that's the case, all 23 will make the feature. Yeah, 23. All will make the feature tonight if that's the case, if no one else shows up. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday night. As always, thank you very much for tuning in. I see Roxanne out in the audience. Landon Smith is with us. Jesse Anderson. Gail is out there from New Hampshire. And Randy Carter Painting, our title sponsor of the Pro Late Models, is with us tonight. CSC crew that Randy Carter is cheering on. Michael Stevenson is out there also. I got to tell you, looking at the analytics from the stream, Virginia by far has the most folks who turn in. We're just over about 400 and something a week every week that view the stream, and the mass majority comes from Virginia. So thank you, folks, for tuning in. New Hampshire is not far behind. Jesse, Iowa is in the top 5. Kind of surprised to see my home state in the top 5. California is usually in top 3 or 4. But anyway, thank you everybody for tuning in, no matter where you're from. Greatly appreciate it. This again is week 13. We're getting ready to call the cars off the track and get the show on the road. Clayton's having a little bit of computer issues, so we're hoping that his computer holds out for the remainder of the race. See, we got a birthday out in the audience. Nick Berry, that's Caden's dad. Happy birthday, Nick. Jordan LaFawn is back with us this week 13 here at Charlotte. So it looks like all of our regular fans are with us. Hopefully we get some new ones. Let's get the cars off track, get the night underway. All drivers clear the track. All drivers clear the track, please. All right, drivers, welcome to week 13 at Charlotte. That means only 3 races left if you're going to race your way into the week 16 Dash for Cash. Just remember, driver must race in at least 10 weeks of the season, be a feature winner, and after that, get in on points. Those points are on our website, fnlrl.com, FridayNightRacingLeague.com. Go down to the bottom of the point standings, and you'll see where you're at in the points if you're in or out of the Dash for Cash currently. Brandon Templeton's been working hard on that. It may be a tick off tonight as he did some I don't know, computer genius stuff, and he's getting it so it's reading everything so he doesn't have to manually enter it. So he said it may be off a couple points tonight, but he'll fix that for sure. Again, welcome to Friday Night Lights. I don't see anybody else new in the field, so without further ado, we'll get the show underway. Any questions, comments, or concerns from the drivers? All right, gentlemen, none heard. We will advance to qualifying. I wish you all the best of luck. Last I counted, we had 23 Clayton, so everybody will head to the feature. It looks like we might have a little bit shorter of a 358 show with only 23 drivers. We won't have to go through the consolations. Maybe we'll see how that plays out. Looking forward to tonight. First car out on the track is the 12 car. That is Caden Berry, youngster out of New Hampshire in the 12 car. He's in the dash for cash. He is a feature winner, so the 12 car is in. Pretty sure he's been in at least 10 weeks of the season. Brandon Wright is with us in the icy number 22 machine. John Morano in the 033. Chris Cox, a driver out of Des Moines, Iowa, in the 515 is with us. Looks like Donald Ingram to the top of the board. That didn't last long. Chris Cox, then Gavin Chatham, driver out of Pittsburgh. Chatham to the top of the board. Brandon Wright in the 22. He takes over the top spot, 15.715 for Brandon Wright. Donald Ingram moves up to third in the 10 car, 15.775. Michael Vitale in the 213 is out on track, as you guys can see what I'm looking at, top left of your screen. Big shout out to Tight Lines Apparel for coming on board and sponsoring the 358 Modifieds. It's a business that Clayton owns. Clayton, thank you for that.
Yes, sir, of course.
Gavin Chatham shuts it down, 15.736. Sam Bachman, 007, second quicks, 15.703 for the 007. Billy Roberts moves into the top five. That's a 15.746 for the 99. Michael Vitale was good enough for sixth quick in the 213, 15.775. We do have quite a few drivers still to go here. Cale Smith in the 515 is out on track. Driver out of South Dakota shuts it down. Didn't see where Cale actually timed in. I don't think he took a timed lap. Braden Carter in the 05, driver out of Virginia, out on track. Michael Carter, top of the board in the 15 machine, CSC, 15.0809 for Michael Carter. Jordan LaFawn, the driver out of Indiana, he punches the 144 into P3, 15.693 for Jordan LaFawn. Now Braden Carter takes over his dad's spot at the top of the board, 15.627 for Braden Carter. Gavin Chatham is done. Dylan DeWert is wrapped up 10th quick, 15.922. Brandon Combs is with us once again. Doesn't race with us very often, but he's out here tonight in the 28 machine. He's always a tough customer to deal with, taking his first lap. Top five, Braden Carter, Michael Carter. I guess he won't get to finish his lap. Heat one to the grid. Heat one to the grid, please. All right, drivers, welcome to Heat 1. You guys know the drill by now. Leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Everybody else, once you get the one to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Initial start is on green. Restarts are on the leader. 8 laps to get it done. Top 4 moving on. Race hard. Race clean. Good luck. Braden Carter, Jordan LaFawn on the front row. Billy Roberts, Dylan DeWert in row 2. Chris Cox, Caden Berry in 3. Ethan Prolux, Cale Smith in row number 4. Shout out 05 Braden Carter with tonight's quick time. About time to pay out all those quick times. Clayton, $10 a week per division, so I'm going to have to get the checkbook out and fire up the pen here not too long.
Yeah, a couple of these guys are going to be walking away with a good payday. We've seen consistency all year from CSC. Anthony Morano's been up there quite a bit. A couple of the FTM guys. A couple of these guys got a chance at some big money in the Dash for Cash and Quick Times this year.
Indeed they do. What green flag is out, we're underway. Braden Carter with Jordan LaFawn to his outside. Carter's going to get a good run off the bottom. Slide up. LaFawn with the crossover in a new number, 144 for Jordan LaFawn. LaFawn takes over the lead. Braden Carter's going to cross over. They're going to go side by side at the line on lap number 1. Carter down to the bottom. Jordan LaFawn was running the high side, dialing to work. Billy Roberts is the final transfer. The Missouri driver in the 99 is in the 4th and final transfer position. Caden Berry wants in. The 12 car, Caden Berry, digging on the bottom side. Trying to get up. He's got to get by the 99 car to punch his ticket to the feature. Grandma Pete out in the audience. TJ Hart with us. Welcome. Happy Friday. Berry still digging on the bottom side. Now Billy Roberts is going to go high. He's looking on the outside of the 20 car. Roberts going for P3. Jordan LaFawn holding down the front in the 144. Braden Carter with a great run off of 4. Almost made a pass. Crossover coming from Braden Carter. Jordan LaFawn on the outside. Carter will slide up. He's not going to leave any room. We're going to go 3 wide. They are dead even at the line. Carter, Jordan LaFawn at the front of the field. Caution comes out. Take a look. I think it's Cale Smith was involved. See if we can see what happened. There's Cale Smith in the 115. Comes outside and just gets contact from the 515 of Chris Cox. Friday Night Lights and your replay brought to you by the Dirt Track Bank. If you haven't had a time or a chance, and you can find them on the internet, leave those folks a message. They have really stepped up for these drivers. I don't take a penny from this. It all goes back to the drivers and Jay Burdick, the CEO of the bank in Malvern, Iowa. He pays for this whole deal, and it has been an absolutely fabulous relationship. So if you get the time and you enjoy what we got going on, drop Jay a message on their website. I don't know how else you might get a hold of them. I think they're on Facebook also somewhere. Drop them a message and let them know you appreciate what they're doing for your drivers out there. We're back under green on lap 7 of 8. Braden Carter at the point. Jordan LaFawn in P2. Caden Berry still working the bottom, looking for that 4th and final transfer. Braden Carter starting to pull away from the field, dialing to work in the 20. Thought about going inside and taking it 3 wide. Caden Berry is just closing in ever so close each lap in that 12 car for that 4th and final transfer. Throws it in, dialing to work. It's going to hold the 12 car down low. Berry does not make it in. Braden Carter, Jordan LaFawn, Billy Roberts dialing to work your top 4. Heat 2 to the grid. Heat 2 to the grid, please. All right, drivers, welcome to Heat 2. You guys know the drill. You got 8 laps to get it done. Top 4 moving on. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Michael Carter, Sam Bachman on the front row. Donald Ingram, Jesse Ingram in row number 2. Randall Dixon, Logan Wentz in 3. John Morano and Brandon Combs round out your field of 8 drivers. Tally Baldwin watching the stream on the big screen. Randy cheering on Braden. Grandma Pete cheering on Jordan. Great to hear from everybody. Michael Carter will start on the pole for heat number 2. Will we have a CSC back-to-back winner? We've seen that many times this year so far. Green flag is out. We're underway. 8 laps to get it done. Michael Carter on the bottom. See if he slides up to the outside. Merle 420, welcome to the show. Michael Carter at the front of the field. Sam Bachman, Donald Ingram, Jesse Ingram. The Ingram boys are battling it out for that fourth transfer. Like to thank Donald Ingram in the 10 car, prior Air Force member. Thank him for his service to our country. Don't look now, Brandon Combs in that 28 car. Didn't take him long. 28 car battling for a transfer spot. Top 4 are in. Donald Ingram is currently in the final transfer on lap 3 of 8. Combs falls back in line. Michael Carter with the grip on the front spot. Sam Bachman in P2. Jesse Ingram, Donald Ingram still. Donald Ingram thought about diving in, but it's going to be Combs who sends it in deep. Crossover coming from the 777 of Jesse Ingram. The Ingram boys will hold off the 28. Slide job coming from the 28 once again. Crossover. The 10 car will get caught up. Caution comes out. Great show tonight so far. The drivers are really putting on a show. Michael Carter with his new paint scheme. Murano Racing out there. Anthony, thank you for tuning in, sir. So, Michael Carter, Sam Bachman, Jesse Ingram, and Brandon Combs are currently in transfer positions. Brandon Combs has moved up 4 positions from his start in that 28 machine. Michael Carter will take us back to the green flag on we'll be at lap 7 of 8. So 2 to go once they go across the line. Pace truck is off. Michael Carter will start the field up high, cuts down low. Good restart for the 15. Sam Bachman, Jesse Ingram, and Brandon Combs, who has moved from the back to top 4 so far, and I don't think he's done. Brandon Combs about has that slide job figured out, Clayton.
Yeah, he sure does. I've been watching the 28 these last few laps, putting together some quick ones. Kind of able to put the car anywhere he wants. Jesse Ingram's having to wheel that 777 for sure to keep Brandon behind him, but Brandon's made a transfer so far. Looks like he's going to slide in at 4th. Maybe get Jesse, no P4
Carter,
from Brandon
Bachman,
Combs.
Ingram, and Combs. He has a good run by the 28 for sure. Heat 3 to the grid. Heat 3 to the grid, please. Our drivers, welcome to Heat 3. You guys know the drill. We got 8 laps to get it done. Top 4 moving on. Although everybody is moving on, I believe. Last I checked. Race hard, race clean. Put on a great show. Good luck. Brandon Wright, Gavin Chatham on the front row. Michael Vitale, Anthony Marvulio in row number 2. Dylan Kinsey, Randy Shreves in 3. Paul Heward, Clay Christofferson in row number 4. Roxanne Jones and Randy Carter with a shout out to the 15 car for victory. Landon Smith with a shout out to Midwest Forklifts LLC. Big shout out to the 213, Michael Vitale, prior Air Force member. I'd like to thank him for his service to our country. He's a power production specialist. It will be Brandon Wright that takes us to the green flag. They're coming off at turn 4, looking for the flag. Flag is out. We are underway. 8 laps. Top 4 moving on. Looks like Marvulio with a good run off the high side. Gonna take it 4 wide. He makes his way to the bottom. Yeah, yikes, that's tight. Battling it out with Gavin Chatham, the 238 throws a slide job, gets up in front of the 22. The rest of the field has to check up. Now we're going to go 4 wide. Randy Shreves on the outside, Vitali in the middle, no one lifting. Paul Heward throws the 031. Or 3 wide, Heward, Vitali, and Shreves. Randy Shreves backs out. Up front, Anthony Marfulio taking no prisoners tonight in the 238. He made his way to the front in a big hurry. Now Brandon Wright able to take that position back. It's a toss-up for the transfer. Currently the 83 car of Dylan Kinsey is, we got a contact in the back. As the caution comes out. I mean, that was a matter of time the way these guys were getting after it. Take no prisoners on week 13. Clay Christopherson coming out of the pits. Will he cycle to the back here? Race truck is off, leaving the field to Brandon Wright in that 22 Icy machine. Anthony Marfulio, now it's Chatham and Dylan Kinsey are in.
Green flag.
Good restart. First car on the outside looking in is that 213, Randy Shreves, who was caught up in an incident in the 56, is back in the mix. Up front, Brandon Wright getting away from the field a little bit. Coming to 2 to go. Wright, Marfulio, Chatham, Kinsey. Current transfer drivers. Again, I think, folks, everybody will go in tonight. As we have right at 23 drivers, I believe. 1 to go. Brandon Wright, Marfulio, Chatham, Kinsey. Doesn't look like Michael Vitali is going to be able to rally in the 213 and get up there to the 83. Gavin Chatham's going to dive it in down low. Driver out of Pittsburgh. Maybe he's practicing his slide job, but it will be Chatham taking second. Right, Chatham, Marfulio, Kinsey, your top 4. Three minutes of warm-up. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back.
Biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name's Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. This year's been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turning into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. Just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for your first feature of the night. 30 laps and 358 modifieds at Charlotte. So far, the show has been amazing. All the fans out there watching, greatly appreciate all the comments. Great to hear from you for sure. Feature to the grid, please. All right, gentlemen, 30 laps. Initial start is on leader, initial start is on green. Restarts are on the leader. Again, you got 30 laps to get it done. Putting on a wonderful show so far. Let's keep it up. 30 laps to get it done. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Braden Carter, Michael Carter on the front row. Brandon Wright, Jordan LaFawn in row number 2. Sam Bachman, Gavin Chatham in 3. Billy Roberts, Jesse Ingram in row number 4. Anthony Marfulio, Dylan DeWert in 5. Brandon Combs, Dylan Kinsey in 6. Caden Berry, Donald Ingram. Vitaly Cox in 8. Morano Shreves in 9. Prolux Wentz in 10. Christopherson Smith in 11. Randall Dixon and Paul Heward round out your complete full field of 24 cars. All right, fans, who do you got out there? Who's driving to the front? Who do you got?
I want to go with
Leader,
the sleeper.
pull up to the pace truck just a little bit, please. Go ahead, Clayton. I'm sorry.
You're good. I want to go with the sleeper pick, man. Something tells me Brandon Wright's going to have a good night tonight with a heat race win. I think that 22 ride can put something together.
I'm also going to pick somebody from the back, and that's the 28 car of Combs. He's got to move up quite a bit, but I think if anybody can bust up that Carter front row, that 28 car is going to come from deep in the field and punch his ticket to victory lane. Joey Gilkerson out there cheering on the Ingram gang. Rhonda cheering on Caden Berry. Randy Carter, the CSC boys. As we are underway, 30 laps to get it done. Braden Carter slides to the outside. The 22 car of Brandon Wright, he's going to go down low. Not quite a slider there. A little bit of contact, clogs up the field behind the leader. Brandon Wright gets passed by Jordan LaFawn. LaFawn battling it out with Michael Carter for the second position. LaFawn down low. We got a wad of cars. Somebody is around in the back. Caution is out. Barry gets turned late. So that was an interesting, well, TJ, good evening, sir. Welcome back to the show, cheering on that 12 car. Caden's going to have some work to do. Grandma Pete cheering on the 144 of Jordan LaFawn has been able to move his way up to P2. I hope you folks out in Indiana are doing well. I kidnapped one of your residents 36 years ago, made her my bride, and brought her out here to California. And now we can't wait to leave California and get back that way somewhere. Still working on that part. So we'll double it up on the front row. You got Braden Carter and Jordan LaFawn. Michael Carter moves back to the inside of row number 2. Restart on leader. Good restart by Braden Carter. Michael Carter trying to go with him. Jordan LaFawn's going to run the middle. Michael Carter with the slide job on Braden Carter. Braden able to cross back over. Jordan LaFawn down low. Looks like Chatham made Marfulio made a little contact with the 24 car of Chatham. Good battles throughout the field.
Caution's up.
As the caution came back out, Dylan Kinsey. Let's take a look. The 83 car. Looks like that rear bumper is beat up. Oh, Heward just gets in hot and turns the 83. So under second caution on lap 6 of 30. Joey Gilkerson from the Bay Area, if my memory serves me. He's trying to get out of California also. Our goal is 2 years. Current choice after looking all over, well, not all over, Indiana, Ohio, Tennessee, Kentucky, and West Virginia. So far, it looks like West Virginia this week is in the lead. Of course, that changes from week to week. Pace truck is off. Braden Carter, Michael Carter on the front row. Braden taking the bottom lane.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is back out on lap 6 of 30. Braden Carter will slide to the high side. Michael Carter's going to try to cross it over. Jordan LaFawn being cautious on the bottom, which is probably best. Boy, they're close. The Carters are going to battle it out. Braden dives down low. He's going to slide up. Crossover coming from Michael Carter. Can't quite get there. Didn't have the momentum. We got contact. Looks like Michael Vitale in the back. We're 3 wide in the back. Racing hard. Up front, Braden Carter still getting it done, battling it out, swapping slide jobs, the Carter gang. Good driving throughout the entire field, just as I say that. I probably won't be able to go back and see it. Let's see here. See if we can find it. It's Chris Cox in that red and white, number 515. Contact made, the 213 and the 10. Both of those drivers, prior Air Force. Ugh. Michael Carter takes the lead back from Braden Carter. Carter, LaFawn, Bachman, and Brandon Wright, your top 5. As Clayton is trying to get the field line back up, we're going to go single file. Lights are off on the pace truck. Pace truck will make its way to pit road. Somebody stuck on pit road. I'm not sure who that was. I heard him on the radio. Sounded like Randy Shreves and Cale Smith are still on pit road. Green flag is back out on lap 11 of 30. So far, great show. Michael Carter, that didn't last long. Chris Cox involved. Let's take a look. That's the red and white car. Oh, that was the last caution. My apologies.
Yeah, the problem we have here is everybody came to pit road. The 775 throttled up, drove through Randy Shreves at the entrance of pit road, flipped them. Therefore, flipping Randy, having to tow. Randy put to the back and a lap down there off of the 775's move.
Grandma Pete saying it's cold in Indiana. And finally got a day without rain today. It's cloudy, but no rain. We've had 3 weeks in a row cancel our play day at the local track, so we couldn't get out. Looks like they are going to run tomorrow, but we drove by the, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, somehow caught up here. The pit still had a ton of mud, big ponds in the middle of it, so I don't think I'm going to drag my trailer out tomorrow. Give it a week to dry out. Michael Carter will take us back to green in the 15 car. Still got Braden Carter to his rear bumper. We're back underway. Michael goes down low. Will Braden be able to cross over? No, sir. He's able to hold off Braden Carter. Jordan LaFawn now pulling up to the rear bumper. Let's go on board with Jordan LaFawn. He's currently your third place driver as he's on the rear tail or bumper of the 05 machine. See, his hands are busy inside that car. Joey, our local track is Marysville, actually. That's the closest one to us. Our first race is up in Chico, however, on March 1st and 2nd, so can't wait for that. Yeah, Carter's got super close. Bachman slid up into Jordan LaFawn. Don't know what happened. Braden Carter got kind of slowed up there. Jordan LaFawn was able to woe it up.
Yeah, those guys trying to...
Go ahead.
Sorry about that. Those guys trying to run right up on the cushion. Cushion's very nice to run here, but it never sticks out too far from the wall, so he could have maybe caught the right rear on the wall possibly, and that caused the slowdown, but Bachman was very lucky in the 007 to drive away from that one.
Caden Berry has made his way up 4 positions in the 12 car. He's currently up to 9th. Billy Roberts in the 99 Gears Unlimited ride is in the top 10. Brandon Combs has not moved up. Clay Christopherson in that 51 machine has moved up 9 positions. Randall Dixon in the 011 has moved up 9 as the caution comes back out. Michael Carter still at the front of the field. Joey Gilkerson's runs with the Extreme Late Model Series. I believe I ran with him last year, Joey. I can't remember if it was at Placerville or Marysville. May have ran with him a couple times in the dwarf cars, so have to look for you. Stop by the pits, and we got a bunch of Mission 22 stuff to give out. Lap 18 to 30. Lights are off on the pace truck. Lap 19 of 30. We keep going along without many more cautions. We'll be able to interview the top 3 at the conclusion of the 358 race. Green flag is back out. Michael Carter, Braden Carter, Jordan LaFawn, Gavin Chatham, Sam Bachman are your top 5. Brandon Wright, my apologies, in that 22 Icy machine is in P6. Marfulio, Dylan DeWert in the 20. Billy Roberts and Caden Berry cannot settle that top 10 battling for ninth. Caden Berry and Billy Roberts have been going back and forth. Then Brandon Combs. Marfulio into the outside fence. One of our Boston area drivers. Lap 21 of 30, getting ready to get down to it here. Josh Roberts, we run all fixed setup stuff. We run 358s, Pro late models, and 360 sprint cars every Friday night. This is week 13 of our 15 regular season, and we have a $1,000 dash for cash in week 16. Then we're off until next October. We take real race season off. Welcome to the show, Josh. Michael Carter, Braden Carter, Jordan LaFawn. Same story up front. Will one of these drivers wait for late race heroics from the back? We're about to see. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Great restart by the front two. Jordan LaFawn up against the wall. All three of those cars up on the cushion. Jordan LaFawn, Gavin Chatham is got company with Dylan DeWert in the 20 car. That's FTM cars going at it. That's Dylan DeWert and Bachman battling it out. Now Billy Roberts enters the scene. Caden Berry enters the scene. Caution laps are not counted, Grandma Pete. Good run at the front of the field. Michael Carter goes down a little bit low, trying to hold off Braden and Jordan LaFawn. Now both of those CSC cars are going to go down low as LaFawn stays a little bit higher. Jordan LaFawn looking for his first feature win of the season. Slides up. Jordan LaFawn trying to tuck in. That's a tough task up there with CSC. Jordan LaFawn may clear this time. He will. Two CSC cars will cross over side by side, almost like looking at a mirror. Jordan LaFawn's going to try to split the middle. Here comes the 144. Can't quite get there. You know who's got to be salivating here, Clayton? That's the 24 car of Gavin Chatham. He's kind of riding around in P4 watching this go on in front of him.
Yeah, I was just going to touch on that. Chatham's just in a prime spot right now. If these guys tangle one little bit, he's got a shot at a few spots, if not the win in total. A bunch of incidents just pop up on my screen here. Looks like everybody's going to save it. A lot of contact into one right there that last lap. But yeah, Chatham's kind of just waiting. Gonna be side by side with Braden Carter and possibly get up behind Jordan LaFawn.
He pulled to the outside of Braden Carter there for a moment. So Jordan LaFawn, top four under a blanket. Dylan DeWert is coming in the 20 car. Caden Berry is up 7 in the 12. Berry currently in 6th position. Billy Roberts in 7th. Biggest mover of the night, Clay Christopherson in the 51. And Randall Dixon, both those drivers up 10 positions. One to go. Oh no! Jordan LaFawn and no caution will come out. Braden Carter into the outside wall. Will he battle back? Dylan DeWert going to the outside. It's going to be Carter, Chatham, DeWert. Top 3 start finish line. Top 3 start finish line, please. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not the way you want to see a race end. But what a show these guys put on tonight. I could not be happier. Sure, Clayton will review that late race incident for possible penalties next week.
Yeah, LaFon was clear. And Braden just stayed in it, unfortunately, and they tangled.
24 waiting on you, sir. We'll get a word with your top three here momentarily. That'll work. Don't forget to go up for your interviews, fellas. Great race put on by the 358 Modifieds. We'll get a quick word with your top three as soon as I get the race queued here. See Gavin Chatham, Michael Carter is in the booth, waiting on Dylan DeWert, and there he is, the 20 car of FTM drivers able to move up 7 from his start and put that 20 car into a podium finish. Dylan, this is Joe, you got me?
I got you, Joe. How you doing?
Man, that was a good show tonight. We little bit rough, but all in all, man, I think you guys put on a great show. How was the track and how was the atmosphere from the seat?
It was definitely racy. I mean, obviously with the way these are set up with the fixed sets, I mean, we're all so close. It's kind of hard. As the track developed, I felt like, the more and more lines came in and it made it more and more interesting. Obviously, Jordan made it extra interesting, which is why I guess me and Gavin are probably here. But the car definitely came to me, and I felt pretty good. I just was running out of laps with everything going on. So I'm lucky I'm here. I would have had to fight a lot harder, I think. But yeah, no, all in all, I think it was a pretty good race. We're all pretty racy. Some netcode things here and there, but otherwise, I mean, I couldn't be happier. I'll take it.
Yeah, man. Until I see FTM starting to show up in force, more numbers lately. Tell us a little bit about FTM on the side of those cars.
Well, FTM, Full Throttle Motorsports, we've been running since 2021, October, something like that. My brother and Caleb Schellenberg started it. Just, everybody else was starting a team or, a league or whatever, and those guys didn't really fit in anywhere. So we're, just started grabbing some misfits, and here we are. Really tight group of guys, not a lot of us. We've pretty much been together since the beginning, and really nobody's really left. I mean, I can't really complain. We put on our own league too, and we're a tight group, and everybody just races everybody really clean. We all show up and we try to do the best we can. We all try to help each other, and yeah, it's really it, man.
Where are you from?
I am from Corning, New York.
New York. And what's your league? If anybody wants to join, are you accepting new drivers?
We kind of stopped because we accepted like 20 in a week. We were trying to keep some of the egos out of it. We're trying to keep it a little bit more low key. Of course, you guys know how that goes. It's hard to balance, getting the drivers you want, and then keeping some of the people out that might cause some problems, and trying to get the talent to go along with that. And that's a hard thing to balance, but. If anybody wants our Discord, I mean, we can hand that out. We can even get to you guys if you guys want to hand it out. Just if people want it, we accept applications still. And if you're a decent driver and you're a decent guy, I mean, or gal, I suppose, if you're into that kind of stuff, then we'll accept you, no problem. But we race every Sunday nights at 6:15. We start practice and 50 laps, big blocks. So, yeah, that's what we're doing for the next probably 10 weeks on Sundays. So.
Yeah, right on. And we're getting ready to wrap, so that might be a perfect partnership for drivers out there looking for a place to go. What is the league called?
It's Full Throttle Motorsports RL, and the league number is 9454.
So there you go. You guys have options now as we get ready to wrap our season, man. Another great run. Haven't had a chance to really talk with you much. We're usually pressed for time. Looks like we did all right tonight. Who do you want to thank on that 20 ride for a podium finish?
I mean, all the boys at FTM, like I said before, a tight group. If it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't be doing it as much as I do. I suppose my wife for dealing with me being on this as much as I am. I don't think I'm on it as much, but apparently she tells me otherwise. Other than that, Gunner at Spawn Speed Shop, Dean with Super Dirt Car, Bombs Tech Services out of Ohio. Other than that, I guess you guys for doing what you do, broadcast and everything, Dirt Track Bank, and all the boys for racing pretty clean and giving us a chance to get up here.
Yeah, man, good run. Next, we have Gavin Chatham in the booth.
Gavin,
how
it's
you
Clayton. You got me?
Oh, I hear you. What's up, guys?
Man, doing good, doing good. It's good to be back, man. I saw, the Carters and LaFawn throwing down in front of you and just watch the 24 kind of creep up to the back end of Braden there in third. Are you kind of just waiting, hoping something like that comes down, or were you getting ready to make a move?
Uh, a little bit of both. We're gonna see how luck played out on that one. It definitely played out in our favor to get. I mean, I usually don't talk to you guys this early in the night, so I'm pretty ecstatic for a second place finish. It's awesome. Yeah, no, those guys are racing really good, and they're 3 wide. And honestly, there's really not a lot of place to go. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, you know what? We'll just kind of let it fizzle out and see where it goes from there. And even if I was in the top 5, I was still pretty ecstatic about that as well. Yeah, just kind of picking and choosing my battles, being patient. That's a huge thing is being patient. I mean, even if it doesn't get you the win, but it got us a good finish. But yeah, those guys are racing real hard for that win there, and I was gonna let them. I was kind of hoping it was gonna all three of them would take themselves out and I'd slip away for the win, but not really. It just feels good to finish second, and it was a good race from everybody up top or up front. I mean.
Yeah, man, for sure. You look good in the modifieds. Hopefully, we'll see some more success for you here in the late models. Who do you got to thank on that 24 ride for a podium tonight?
I just want to thank you guys for putting on an awesome broadcast and everybody behind the scenes, all the sponsors, everybody that helps put on this league. We really appreciate it, and thank you for letting us come out here and race every Friday night and put on a good show. I want to thank Chatham Motorsports, Mike Schick Motorsports Designs, Velocity Race Designs, um, Miller Time Motorsports, Northeast Outlaw Motorsports. I don't think I'm forgetting anybody. I want to thank them for all the support. I want to thank the fans for coming out and watch us every Friday night. I hope we make it entertaining for you guys and put on a good show. And I want to thank my fans as well for coming out and supporting me.
Yeah, man. 24 is looking good tonight, buddy. Keep up the momentum, and hopefully we'll be talking to you in the next hour or so.
Thanks, Clayton. I'll see you guys soon. Hopefully, and glad to hear you're feeling better.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Best of luck tonight, Gavin.
Thank you, guys.
Michael Carter, CSC driver, brings a 15 home P1. Michael, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Joe.
Man, good run. You and Braden and Jordan were battling it out up front. Man, it all went south with 1 to go. But that is your 8th victory of the season in the 358 modified. So, man, I'm going to have to cut you a big check here before too long. You need any electrical work done? I used to be an electrician once upon a time. Maybe I can do some electrical work. Great run, man. So how was it? How was the track? It looks like you guys were running fairly clean. What did it feel like from the seat?
Yeah, track was real racy, man. I found a line there in 1 and 2, and that's how I got the lead. And it was working for me, and them cautions started coming out, and it kind of went away. So I had to go to the top, and I don't know if I burnt my tires up or what, but I started getting real loose on that top, and they was getting runs on me. And then I got in the wall right there, and it kind of bunched us all up, and we was all swapping sliders and whatnot, and we made it 3 wide there, and I don't think we touched. It was close, but yeah, man, hats off to Jordan and Braden. I know they got together there at the end, but I mean, I know it wasn't nothing intentional, but it's good hard racing. I don't know, man. Just it's competitive. I mean, anytime Jordan's in here, it's tough, man. I know he's gonna be tough tonight, so Braden the same way. But great racing them guys, and yeah, man, it's a good night. Way to start off tonight. I'm happy.
Yeah, man, if it was easy, no one would want to race here. So that's what you guys put on a heck of a show, man. Who do you want to thank on that 15 for your drive to victory lane?
As always, I gotta thank my dad, Randy Carter Painting, CSC Motorsports, Cale Smith, Braden Carter, Kyle Hardy Racing, Pit Lizard Graphics. I got a new sponsor too. Cale's brother came on board with us. I think it's Midwest. Give me 1 second here. It's Midwest Forklifts LLC. But yeah, he came on to help us out, and Kale's family's watching. Hated them. My mom, any friends that's watching. Really appreciate y'all tuning in and supporting us. Always thank you guys here at Friday Night Lights and Clayton up in the booth. Dirt Track Bank. Everybody's a part of it. Greatly appreciated.
Yeah, man. Time to get it done in the pro late models.
I'm going to try.
All right, man. Have a good night.
You too, buddy. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there are the 358, your first feature of the night. The drivers put on a great show. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will have the pro late model. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Soldiers, sailors, airmen and women enlist in the armed forces for many reasons, including a sense of duty, patriotism, the adventure, travel, and adrenaline. Many continue their military service because they discover a brother and sisterhood, an identity, a team. When service members are injured or wounded and can no longer perform their military duties, they quickly find themselves removed from their team, no longer serving the purpose for which they trained.
I came back from Afghanistan in 2013, and it was kind of a trial and error of finding out, after the military, what's next in life.
Being forced to leave a military career filled with purpose and pride can be challenging. Some challenges may leave lasting scars. An illness, wound, or injury can make anyone question their worth and sense of belonging after military service.
35 years in the Army, and I needed something to transition into. And so from that transition came an idea, and the idea was this.
Even though a military career may be coming to an end, or already ended, recovery can occur in the most unexpected places with unforeseen opportunities. Recovery, whether physical or mental, has no defined beginning or ending. It may last a lifetime.
For me, one of the biggest surprises that I found out going through it was that it's not like the flu where, you get sick and then you get better. You're never cured. And that's so frustrating. It's so hard to tell someone that. And it's so easy to slip back. And every single time you have to find a new way to fight it, it's a different monster every time you battle it.
This can feel daunting to a warrior who is suddenly forced to leave everything they know, trust, and love, finding themselves at the beginning of an unknown and possibly frightening new journey. Welcome to the world of motorsports.
We're in the right place at the right time in our lives to be able to take these guys that are wounded and put them in front of people that can actually show them that there is a camaraderie, there's a brotherhood within the motorsports industry, that there is potential for career opportunities for them if they have the skill set.
Motorsports offers an opportunity to regain that sense of identity within a safe, fast-paced team environment, providing a renewed sense of purpose. It has many facets, all created by teams working together for success on the track. Like in the military, in motorsports the goal is in accomplishing the mission, winning as a team, collectively celebrating the successes and supporting teammates through the losses. Through motorsport opportunities, Operation Motorsport assists medically transitioning service members and veterans with discovering new ways of achieving a renewed sense of hope, purpose, and pride.
Besides the basic brake changing, oil changing, tire rotation, I've actually learned how to assemble and disassemble some engine parts, change some axles, do some alignments and stuff. So give it a try. You never know. This was nothing that I expected. I did not expect to be fully suited, jumping over a wall while cars are going 100 and something miles an hour.
From motors to media, tires to tickets, and hot laps to hospitality. Operation Motorsport provides beneficiaries the chance to become immersed within professional motorsports and provides them with the opportunity to find out firsthand what captivates their imagination and interest. These opportunities provide an avenue of discovery within the motorsports immersion or diversionary therapy programs, all within the Excite, Engage, and Empower recovery programs. Operation Motorsport also offers virtual engagements and recovery opportunities through an iRacing league engaging beneficiaries in a safe, competitive environment from the comfort and safety of their home. Meeting other like-minded people, service members and veterans on the virtual racetrack, opening the doors to Motorsport Academy programs that prepare beneficiaries for their first encounters at the racetrack, and possibly leading to a day when they can get behind the wheel.
A team environment's a perfect place for people like us to kind of get back into some kind of normalcy when you go through a lot when you get medically discharged. And it kind of sucks and you put through the ringer, but I feel like what Operation Motorsport's doing is just something that's just really valuable.
Operation Motorsport prides itself in keeping beneficiaries engaged after the race weekend, throughout their recovery and beyond, through our recovery programs, or as a member of the 22 pit crew. No matter the background or story, Operation Motorsport is always there to listen, provide a safe and comfortable space, and a trusted circle of confidence that is open and honest about what difficulties may lie ahead for those transitioning out of a military career. Operation Motorsport believes in the power of team, identity, and purpose.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Pro Late Models out on the track. The Pro Late Model Division brought to you by Randy Carter Painting out of Virginia. Randy, thank you for your support of Friday Night Lights. Looks like we have 21 drivers in the field so far, so everyone will make it to the feature tonight, so everyone will have a chance. Let's get the cars off the track and get the show underway. Paul Heward at the top of the board. All drivers clear the track. All drivers clear the track, please. All right, drivers, welcome to Pro Late Models here at Charlotte Week 13. Looks like we have 21 drivers currently in the field. That means everybody will make it to the feature tonight. Go over some notes real quick. As you know, initial starts are on green, restarts are on the leader. Bring out 2 cautions, you're done in that division for the night. Don't call anybody out on the radio, social media, or anywhere else that our league may find out about. You're looking at a lengthy suspension. Quick time awards are adding up. That's $10 a week. Intentional contact's never acceptable at any time. If you finish in the top 3, don't forget to go into Discord for your interview. We'll go single file with 10 to go. That's all I got. Any questions, comments, or concerns from the drivers? All right, none heard. We'll advance to qualifying. I wish you all the best of luck. All right, here we go. Changing it up a little bit. Increasing the horsepower to the Pro Late Models. Roxanne Jones is still with us. Jordan LaFond congratulating his fellow racers. Landon Smith out there with Lenny Dax. Watching the show. Try to catch these cars as they come out on the track. First car out on the track out of New Hampshire. That is the 12 car of Caden Berry. Randall Dixon is back with us in the 011 machine. Gavin Chatham in the 24 coming out of the pits. See if we can start getting some times here. Paul Heward is back with us in the 031 machine. Clay Christopherson in the FTM number 51. Chris Cox, first car across the line, 15-122 for Cox. Caden Berry in P2, 15-141. Randy Shreves now takes a 56 to the top, 15-101 for Randy Shreves. Randall Dixon is P4. Caden Berry takes the top spot, 14-883. Berry cracks that 15-second mark. as does Logan Wentz in the 0-18. Looks like he hit the tire on his second lap. 14.986 for Wentz. Randy Shreves will move down to P5, 15.264. Dylan DeWert in the 20 car had a good race in the 358. He's backing it up here. 14.951 for Dylan DeWert in that 20 FPM ride. Can he improve on his second lap? No, sir. A little bit slower for the second lap. Gavin Chatham is shutting it down. 007, that is Sam Bachman. 10th quick, 15.200 for Bachman. Michael Vitale shuts it down. Justin Sick, driver out of New York, is back with us. 7th quick, 15.047. Michael Carter drives it up into the top 5. 14.992 for Carter. And he betters that. 14.879 puts the 15 car at the top of the field. Justin Sick shuts it down 7th quick. Anthony Marfulio is back with us in the 238. 13th quick, 15.260 for Anthony Marfulio. Moves up into the top 10. 8th quick, 15.056. Jesse Ingram, Jordan LaFawn in the 144. 7th quick, 15.018 for LaFawn. See if he can improve on his second lap. Coming off at turn 4. LaFawn heading for the flag stand. No, sir. A little bit slower on his second lap. Braden Carter out on track in that 0-5. Driver out of Virginia. Hugging that tire in 3 and 4. Coming to his first time lap. Top of the board, 14.832. That will put Braden Carter at the top of the board, and I think, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Heat 1 to the grid. Heat 1 to the grid, please. All right, gentlemen, welcome to heat number 1. You guys know the drill by now. You got 8 laps to get it done. Top 4 moving on. Congratulations, 0-5. Braden Carter for tonight's quick time. Braden Carter, Dylan DeWert on the front row. Randall Dixon, Anthony Marfulio in row number 2. Donald Ingram, Gavin Chatham in 3. Billy Roberts and Brandon Aylesworth in row number 4. So the CSC gang keeps their tight hold at the top of the pack here in 358s and the Pro Late Model division. Of course, during the Dash for Cash that night, you add all divisions together, including the sprint cars. So sprint cars may be just the thing that puts someone over the top. It's all about where you finish that night, and all your points add up, and the winner is going to take home more cash than the rest of them. Everyone gets paid in the Dash for Cash. We pay all the way down to 24th.
Green flag, green flag.
That $1,000 is spread out amongst the entire field. Braden Carter at the front of the field, down low. He's going to slide up. He's going to slide up in front of Dylan DeWert. Good run off of 2 by DeWert in the 20 machine. It'll be DeWert hitting the bottom in 3, coming out of 4. DeWert may lead lap number 1. DeWert, Carter, Marfulio, Dixon, your top 4. Gavin Chatham and Donald Ingram. Marfulio trying to move up. Gavin Chatham and the 10 car of Ingram, driver out of Georgia, trying to get up into a transfer spot. Looks like Ingram in the 10 car was almost there. Donald digging on the bottom side of the 238. As they slide it in, I took quite a few laps this afternoon in a Pro Late Model here at Charlotte, just to see what it felt like. Dylan DeWert holding off Braden Carter. Boy, Braden on the grass, just inches away from that tire. Let's take a look on the left front of the 05 car as he comes in, just touching the grass every time around. You can hear the youngster inside that car working the throttle.
Caution, caution, caution.
Caution comes out. I did not see what happened. Of course, my replays aren't working the best tonight.
Yeah, Billy Roberts tagged Brandon Aylesworth, turned him around going into 1. Billy Roberts in the 99 gonna drop back.
Roxanne Jones cheered on the 05. Another one of our Virginia crew spectators. Greatly appreciate everyone tuning in no matter where you're from. Greatly appreciate you tuning in with us every Friday night. This is week 13, so we're getting short on weeks. We're single file here. Dylan DeWert at the front of the field. Braden Carter in P2. Donald Ingram was able to move up into that final transfer. It looks like Chatham didn't go in the 24. Don't know what happened to Gavin Chatham, but that 24 didn't get rolling.
Yeah, and it almost got Marfulio turned. Brandon Aylesworth caught Marfulio in the back big time, sideways coming to the green.
1 to go. DeWert, Carter, Dixon, Ingram, your top 4 in transfers. Again, everybody will transfer. Will Braden Carter send it in? Blocked by DeWert. He blocks that slider. Little bit of contact coming to the line. DeWert, Carter, Dixon, Ingram, your top 4. Great heat race. Heat 2 to the grid. Heat 2 to the grid, please. Michael Carter, Logan Wentz on the front row, Jordan LaFont, Chris Cox in row 2, Sam Bachman, Paul Heward in 3, Jace Badecker rounds out your field of 7 drivers. All right, drivers, you know the drill. You got 8 laps to get it done. Everybody moving on. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. We haven't seen that 7 car in quite a while. Jace Badecker. If you watch my YouTube channel, you'll know that the Badecker family really helped us out in our dwarf car this year. Kind of tagged along with them, parked side by side most weekends. Great help for our first season in a dwarf car. J-Train Inc. cheering on Jordan LaFon, who is not in. Yeah, he is. He's in the inside of road number 2. 144 keeps throwing me off. I'm looking for that 11 car. Green flag is out. We are underway. Michael Carter and Logan Wentz on the front row. Expect Jordan LaFon to play a role in this. Chris Cox, he holds up, and it'll put him into back. LaFon sends it into... Oh! Boy, these guys are driving it in hard. Michael Carter pulling away from the field. Jordan LaFon in P2. Logan Wentz in the 018 in P3. Sam Bachman is currently in the 4th and final transfer, although everybody will transfer. Paul Heward wants that 4th and final position as he's battling, looking on the inside of Sam Bachman. Chris Cox now has to try to battle back. Up front, Michael Carter starting to get away from the field. Jordan LaFon not able to close the gap into 144. Virginia driver battling it out with Indiana driver at the front of the field. Logan Wentz in P3. It's good battle for 4th. Chris Cox in a new paint scheme. Man, we got a lot of new paint schemes on the track, Clayton.
Yeah, we certainly do. It's weird looking at the 144 thinking of Jordan LaFon. I've known that guy as the 11 for years now. So cool to see the changing up. Those front 2, man, have separated themselves. Logan Wentz kind of finding something on the bottom. Of course, as soon as I say that, Bachman's going to close to the rear end. Man, those front 2 guys are fast tonight.
Smooth around the track. LaFon on the high side. Michael Carter running a little bit of a middle lane there. As Wentz is now under attack. Bachman will send in the 007. Doesn't slide out. Keeps it down low with 1 to go. Michael Carter, Jordan LaFon at the front of the field. Michael Carter with 2 more corners to navigate. He will win heat number 2. Coming off of turn 4, Michael Carter, Jordan LaFon, Logan Wentz is going to battle it out with Bachman. Carter, LaFon, Wentz, Bachman, your top 4. Heat 3 to the grid. Heat 3 to the grid, please. All right, drivers, you know the drill. Got 8 laps to get it done. Everybody moving on, so racing for your starting position. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Caden Berry, Clay Christopherson on the front row. Justin Sick, Randy Shreves in row number 2. Jesse Ingram, Michael Vitale in 3. James Ingram rounds out your field of 7 drivers.
Randy Shreves, tough luck in the modified earlier. You remember him getting tagged from behind and kind of big pile up into one. See if that 56 can get some redemption here in the late model.
It will all start with the 12 car of Caden Berry taking us to the green flag. Rhonda is out there cheering on Caden Berry. Grandma Pete cheering on Justin Sick. Green flag is out. We are underway. Berry on the bottom side. Will the youngster slide out? Yes, sir. To the high side in front of Clay Christopherson. Good start by Berry at the front of the field. Clay Christopherson in P2. Justin Sick now digging on the bottom. The 015 driver out of New York is going to pull side by side. Oh!
Oh!
Knocked the front end off of the 15. Contact made by Vitale, and I can't see who that is with Vitale. Jesse Ingram, that'll put Vitale into the outside wall. See if we can see some damage on the front of that 015. You can see the left side of that ride got some banged up fenders there. Doesn't look like too much damage. Caden Berry at the front of the field. Clay Christopherson P2. Justin Sick, Randy Shreves, your top 4. Randy Shreve is up to P4. I don't know if I said that. James Ingram is P5. Jesse Ingram is P6. Lights are off on the pace truck, getting ready to go back green. Caden Berry and Clay Christopherson pull up to the rear bumper of the pace truck. A restart will be on Caden Berry in that 12 car.
Green, green, green.
Good restart by Berry. Justin Sick tries to follow that 12 car, and that may work. Justin Sick on the bottom. Clay Christopherson on the outside. Clear lane for Sick. Put the 15 car, 015 car into P2. Sick will fall in behind the 12 car of Caden Berry. Kind of blocks that slider line. Goes in shallow above the 51. Clay Christopherson in the 51, and Randy Shreves. Jesse Ingram enters the picture. And that lucky 777, a driver out of Georgia, he wants a top 4. Justin Sick bobbles a little bit. Caden's able to pull away as Clay Christopherson pulls up a little closer. They go side by side. Slide job coming. Yeah.
The yellow flag is
Caution comes out. On lap 7 of 8, Caden Berry still at the front of the field, has led flag to flag so far. Should be our last heat race in the late model division. We'll go to 3 minutes of practice and then our feature race. Lights are still on the pace truck. Randy Carter asking what happened to Cale Smith. I have not seen the 115 yet in the pro late models. Lights are off. Here we go. Pace truck will exit pit road this time by. Leaving the field to the 12 car. That's Caden Berry, driver out of New Hampshire, at the front of the field. New York driver Justin Sick right behind Caden Berry.
Green flag, green flag.
We are back underway with 2 to go. Lap 7 of 8. Berry stays on the high side, as does Justin Sick. Randy Shreves, the first car to take a look down a little bit lower. Now Sick is going to try a slider line here. He'll fall in line. Berry able to actually increase his lead with 1 to go. Berry on the high side, up on the cushion in the 12 car. 2 more corners to navigate for the 12 car. Sick sends it down low. Berry on the high side. It's going to be Berry, Sick, Christopherson, Shreves, Ingram. Jesse Ingram and Michael Vitale. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 3 minutes of warm-up. We will be right back.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name's Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. The issue has been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turned into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. Just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Getting ready for your 30-lap Pro Late Model feature at Charlotte to wrap up the Pro Late Models in Week 13. Again, thank you all for tuning in. Feature to the grid, please. All right, drivers, welcome to the feature. 30 laps to get it done. Initial starts on green. Restarts are on the leader. Again, 30 laps to get it done. Race hard. Race clean. Good luck. Dialing to work, Michael Carter on the front row. Caden Berry, Braden Carter in row number 2. Jordan LaFawn, Justin Sick in row number 3. Randall Dixon, Logan Wentz in 4. Clay Christopherson, Donald Ingram in 5. Sam Bachman, Randy Shreves in 6. Gavin Chatham, Paul Heward in 7. James Ingram, Brandon Aylesworth in row number 8. Chris Cox, Jesse Ingram in row number 9. Billy Roberts, Jace Badecker in row number 10. Michael Vitale, Anthony Marfulio round out your field of 22 drivers. Dialing to work, trying to repeat with his podium, as is Michael Carter on the outside of row number 1. Same suspects at the front of the field. That's Caden Berry and Braden Carter in row number 2. Jordan LaFawn and Justin Sick in row number 3.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is out. We are underway. Will the 28 send it down low, get to that outside line? Looks like it's covered. Michael Carter covers the outside. Dialing to work will keep the 20 down low. Now he's got room. He'll slide it up outside. Not quite enough room. Barry's going to take it 3 wide. Caden Berry on the bottom. Dialing to work. Now he slides up. Crossover coming from the 15 car of Michael Carter as Berry takes advantage of both of those guys racing each other. Now Michael Carter will double crossover. He crosses over Berry. Sliders and slide jobs aplenty. Caden Berry falls in line, P2 in the 12 car. He pulls up to the rear bumper up, Michael Carter in the 15. Looks like we got a lot of contact in the back. I did not see an incident. Looks like everyone was able to drive away. Braden Carter now making his way. He moves up to the 3rd position. That top 6 is stout, Clayton.
Yeah, it certainly is. I was hoping to see something out of Justin Sick. I'm a big Justin Sick fan. It seems no matter what social media I get on, he's on some sort of live stream running in the league. Justin's very fast. The 015 looks good. He always brings a good-looking race car. Great guy. I'm hoping for a big run here for the 015 of Justin Sick tonight.
Carter, Berry, Carter, the work. Justin Sick on the bottom. Jordan LaFawn all over the rear bumper of that 20 car. A lot of action throughout the field. Logan Wentz, Clay Christopherson in the 51, Donald Ingram in the 10 car, and Paul Heward in the Wonder Bread. Number 031 is your top 10. Brandon Aylesworth, Sam Bachman, Jace Badecker in the 7. We're 3 wide in the back. Contact Marfulio and Jace Badecker. Badecker's able to spin it around and get it back going. Caution comes out on lap 9 of 30. Landon Smith out there, a supporter of the CSC. Landon, I didn't catch it last time. Midwest Forklifts LLC, is that accurate? Rhonda cheering on Caden Berry. Joey Gilkerson cheering on the Ingram boys. So Landon Smith putting the Midwest Forklift LLC sticker on the side of the CSC gang's rides. Greatly appreciate any sponsor of any league or any driver. That's what makes iRacing possible.
Nope.
Just like real racing.
Oh, man.
I got the best
Porsche.
sponsor in the world on my dwarf car, my wife.
Ain't that the truth?
I hope she doesn't drop my sponsorship.
I think after 30-something years, you should be pretty locked in.
Back under green, Braden Carter moves up P2, CSC 1-2. Jordan LaFawn is going to dive down low in the 144. Caden Berry still P3. He's moved back 1. Justin Sick on the outside of Jordan LaFawn. No, that's Dylan DeWert. My apologies. LaFawn's thinking about sliding up. That outside row is about full. Berry now goes down to the bottom. He's going to try to get underneath the Carter gang. Caden Berry made ground on the bottom, coming off of 4. Berry will stay on the bottom, will not work as well in 1 and 2.
Oh, caution's out in 2. Big pile up.
Caution
one
comes
car
out.
to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13 cars involved.
Lap 12 of 30.
Yeah, Aylesworth. Tough break for Paul Heward. Good night tonight in the 31 late model. Paul's been getting the speed these last few weeks.
Landon Smith, we are looking for divisional sponsors for next season, which isn't until October. So once the time gets close, have to send you a message. Roxanne Jones cheering on the CSC boys at the front of the field. Grandma Pete out there still cheering on Jordan in P5, Justin in P6. Where's the Caden Berry fans? Haven't heard from you folks in a while. Caden Berry running P3 as we double it up and get ready to go back green.
Hang on, we're not going green. Not going green.
They'll extend the caution here. Jordan LaFawn rolling the bottom of the track in that 144. I've heard a couple of different theories. One is to cool tires, another is to save fuel. There's Rhonda cheering on the 12 car. TJ Hart is with us also. Pace truck will exit this time by. Lap 11 of 30. Gail Hodgson is with us. Gail, welcome. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Barry took a look. Boy, Braden Carter slid up in a spot that was just barely big enough, but it was big enough. Caden Berry now is going to slide up to the outside, try to get to the outside lane. Justin Sick is going to let him in. Jordan LaFawn, that was an odd angle into the slider, as Berry and Sick will get by the 144 of Jordan LaFawn. Clay Christopherson digging on the bottom. Donald Ingram and Randall Dixon in the picture. Sam Bachman, Jace Badecker, Gavin Chatham in the 24. Yikes, that was close. They're able to get away. Michael Vitale able to check up. We're going 3 wide, passes in the back of the field, all trying to get to the front where Michael Carter still leads. Braden Carter P2. Dylan DeWert shooting for his second podium. We're halfway home as the caution comes out.
Oh, yeah.
Just as the front of the field was catching lap traffic, caution comes back out. That will let the field catch back up on lap 21 of 30. So we're getting down there. Hopefully, time permitting, we should be able to get a word with your top three at the conclusion. Michael Carter, Braden Carter, Dylan DeWert, Caden Berry, Logan Wentz are your top five currently. Landon Smith runs late models out here in California. Landon, put in here when your first race and what your schedule looks like. Hopefully our paths will cross sometime this year. Lights are still on the pace truck, and kind of a rash of cautions here. Anthony Marfulio still in the pits in the 238. Lost a wheel earlier. Pace truck will exit this time by. We'll go back to green on lap 21 of 30. Michael Carter will start the field, come across the line as they should in order. Caden Berry, he's going to go down low. If you want to beat them, you got to run where they're not. Caden Berry is giving that theory a try. He's trying to pull up underneath that 20 car, setting up possibly a slider later on. Plenty of room for the 12 car to get back to the high side. Berry goes down low in 1 and 2. Will that open the door for the 18 of Logan Wentz? Up front, Michael Carter and Braden Carter. I suspect those two will hook up together and ride in the front until we get close to go time. Dylan DeWert, comfortable third. Caden Berry doing everything he can to try to get in front of that 20 car. Now DeWert goes down low. Can Berry make some headway on the high side? Logan Wentz, Donald Ingram. I have no idea where Jordan LaFawn and Justin Sick went, but they're nowhere near the front any longer. Michael Carter. There's Jordan, quarterback in 16th in that 144 ride, so not real sure what happened to Jordan LaFawn. Boy, Braden Carter is pulling right up to the rear bumper of Michael Carter in the 15. He's getting a good run off of, Michael Carter into the outside wall. Braden Carter able to avoid the 15. Now those two will go side by side. DeWert wanted to see that. Michael Carter will slide back in front of the 05. On lap 28 of 30, ladies and gentlemen, it is go time. Dylan DeWert, my apologies. He is putting up a fight on the bottom of the two CSC cars. Dylan DeWert coming off of turn 4. He is in P2 on lap 29 of 30. Dylan DeWert will slide to the outside, crossover coming from both CFC cars. Crossover coming from DeWert this time. 1 to go. Carter, DeWert. Can DeWert get it done? He'll fall in line behind Braden Carter. He'll go to the bottom. Coming off of turn 4, Braden Carter, Dylan DeWert, and Michael Carter, your top three. Top three start finish line, please. Top three start finish line. Another good finish by these drivers. All right, drivers, I can make that work. Don't forget to go up for your interviews. Clayton, if you can capture whoever third place was while I set this up.
Of course. Here he is, Michael Carter's Clayton in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, we don't ever talk to you in a P3 finish, but we are used to the podiums, man. You're putting one hell of a season together. Props to you and the entire CSC team for it. Dylan just kind of dialed you both back in right there at the end, and I thought we were going to see a few bigger moves. Saw you catch the outside wall. Younger Carter slides up there and gets you, man. Did you think you had anything to get him back there towards the end of that race?
Nah, when I hit the wall there, it knocked something out of my car, and I was just holding on for dear life, to be honest. But yeah, kind of bottled us up there, and then made it a little closer. But yeah, man, congrats to him, and good race to Dylan there. Or y'all say it down. I don't know. If it's Dylan down. I don't know, but Dewart. I call him Dewart. Good race to him. Yeah, it was interesting right there. We all stone sliders, and it was clean, and it was a good race.
Yeah, you guys put on a heck of a show. Top 3 finished under a blanket, man. That was a good one to watch, buddy. Who do you got to thank on that 15 ride for another podium here this year?
I gotta thank you guys always here at Friday Night Lights, Joe, Dirt Track Bank, you up in the booth, Clayton. I gotta thank my dad, Randy Carter Painting, CSC Motorsports, Cale Smith, Braden Carter, Kyle Hardy Racing, Pit Wizard Graphics, Midwest Forklifts LLC, and everybody that's watching. Cale's family, his brother, I think his nieces, nephews. I think his mom's watching. My mom. Hi to everyone, and appreciate y'all tuning in.
Awesome, man. Well, congrats on another podium finish. Hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to you here in the sprint cars. Who knows what kind of rabbit you can pull out of the hat.
Shoot, I'm going to watch East Bay, so I'm done for the night. But
Yeah, I hear
week.
that, buddy. Alrighty,
All right.
man. Well, we'll talk to you next Friday, I'm sure. Good luck.
All
And
right, man.
we'll see you around.
All right, thank you, buddy. See you.
Yes, sir.
We'll pull up the 20 car. Dylan DeWert, FTM driver. He falls back one, started on the pole, finished second. Dylan, just Joe. You got me? Dylan, this is Joe. You got me?
Yep, I got you. Sorry.
Hey, man, good run and pro late model. So you backed up back-to-back podium finishes in that 20 ride. We're watching actually a replay, man. That car was bouncing all over the place. I noticed that a little bit this afternoon. I haven't been in a pro late model in a long time. I ran Charlotte. Man, the track was bouncy even by myself. How was the track? Was it as rough as it looks here on the replay?
To be honest with you, I wasn't really paying attention to how rough the track was. I was just trying to drive it. I didn't care if it was a wild horse or not. I wanted to win.
Freaking hold on. Just hold on and grit your teeth. Good
much.
run, man. Did you have anything for Braden Carter?
I don't know. I mean, they started racing, and I wasn't really. I might have been a little bit slower than them, but that slowed them up just enough for me to get there. I don't know. I needed more time to figure that out. I think I found a little bit of a different line, and I think that, and I was like, oh man, I thought I had something, and I started going down there too in 3 and 4, but I don't know. Chances are they probably would have beat me. They typically do. I think they got a lot more time in these things than I do, but I'll take second. That's cool.
Yeah, man, 2 podiums in a row. Who do you want to thank on that ride for a second podium finish of the night?
Well, again, boys at FTM, Gunner Response Speed Shop, Dean with Super Dirt Car, Bombs Tech Services, I guess me for some of the wraps and whatnot, and you guys for putting this on, and Dirt Track Bank. I really appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, man, have a great night. You going to run the sprint cars?
I actually have something I got to run and do. Otherwise, I would.
All right, man, have a great night.
Yep, have one.
All right.
Braden, this is Clayton up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Man, capitalizing on Dad's little bump into the fence there. He said the car seemed a little out of whack after that, but the 5 car was on rails all night. It has been since you loaded into the modified race tonight, man. How are you so consistent in that 5 car? Is Dad showing you all the tricks up his sleeves, or what's going on?
Man, it's just consistency really plays a lot in it. I mean, you gotta hit your marks every time. I'd say for sure both my teammates before Kale got sick and left, we all gave each other lines. I mean, a lot of communication, good chemistry throughout CSC. Just a good team. That's why we build together. All three of us, I think we're all solid drivers, and we always have a good finish whenever we run. I mean, it's definitely good energy to be around.
Yeah, man, you guys seem to have it clicking, whatever it may be. Who do you got to thank on that 5 car for a win here tonight?
Well, I gotta thank CSC Motorsports, Kel Smith, Michael Carter, Randy Carter Painting, my granddad. I gotta thank my grandma. I gotta thank Midwest Forklifts LLC, Lance Smith, Kale's brother. I gotta thank Kale's mom. I think she's out there. My girlfriend for supporting me, and anybody who's a fan of us watching, and you guys for always putting this on. Always a fun time.
Alrighty, buddy. Well, congrats on another win, and hopefully we'll see you around in the sprint cars.
Thank you, sir. I'll probably be eating something. Maybe watch
Yeah,
East Bay.
Pops is watching East Bay, so you go enjoy your night, brother man, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you next week.
All right, thank you. You too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there are the pro late models. We got our nightcap coming up, 360 sprint cars, right back here at Charlotte in 15 minutes. So hope to see you back, and we'll be right back.
I'm Chris Jakimick, and I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Throughout my military career, I spent the bulk of my career out in Las Vegas. It was the first job I had as I was protecting some sensitive resources out there at Nellis. I would deploy to Kuwait early on in my military career with a larger weaponry system to support Operation Southern Watch. And then from 2003 to 2006, I was part of the emerging drone mission for the United States Air Force and Department of Defense. We were fighting the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan from our backyard. You'd be in war for 12 hours of your shift, and then you'd drive home to your apartment here in Nevada. So psychologically, it was very odd. Like, you felt you were in the combat zone every day because you were seeing it on the screens and it was that important, but I don't know what it did to the human psyche at the time. Some things would kind of happen in my personal life after that would change a lot. When Adam joined the Marine Corps, it was a natural fit. Anybody who joins the military, especially after 9/11 happened, you're looking for that purpose. I think that's why he made the choice. It's like, let me go be a Marine. He was in between Fallujah and Ramadi during the heaviest parts of the fighting of the Iraq conflict. I mean, you hear guys like Jocko and everything talk about like the triangle of death. My brother was dead set in the middle of the triangle of death with a Marine unit. I think it changed him. Like, you look at everything across history, you read any of the books out there, war changes anybody that's been involved with it. Trauma or mass events like that changes anybody, and it really changed my brother. And I get that call. I get the text actually from my stepmom. It's like, I need you to call me as soon as possible. Something's wrong with Adam. All right. Didn't think anything of it. And I'm about to pull off the highway to go celebrate and have some pizza with my classmates. And she's like, Adam's dead. Adam's dead. He had died by suicide that day. 25th of July, 2017. And it changed my world forever.
I think that was the first time I saw or heard someone broken through the phone. There was a time where I was concerned that he wasn't going to make it. There were times I thought, we're going to have to camp out outside of his house, or we might get that phone call. Are we ready for that phone call?
I couldn't catch a break. A fellow first sergeant I served with, he had died by suicide. On the day of my buddy's funeral, I'm going through social media, and I see this, what appears to be a manifesto from one of my old airmen. My first thought was like, today's not going to be a good day. And sadly, my hunch was right. He had killed his own family and taken his own life on the day of my buddy's funeral. It was just compounding trauma after trauma after trauma. I cracked. I fell hard with alcohol. That was rock bottom. I first heard about Mission 22 just by like surfing the internet and looking on there and seeing some of the programs that they had available. I was like, something seems right about this. To be in a program like the R&R program with them and the innovative things that they're putting together, I have not seen in any other veteran nonprofit. It's putting all this stuff together to heal in the most effective way possible. They're making you do a lot of the hard work through reading, through audiobooks, through physical fitness, through nutrition, open discussion, critical thinking, neuroplasticity and cognitive feedback to where you're developing the brain more. It's given me a chance to regain my life. Cycling's been a big part of my recovery. Is around the time I retired a little over a year ago, I set forth, I was like, you know, like, let me set this goal to ride 2,020 miles in 2020 for another veteran nonprofit that supports Gold Star families and those lost either to accident or to suicide. Every time I got on that bike, I was like, you know what? There's a name, there's a dash that I'm gonna honor today. Not the dates on the gravestone. Is like, I'm gonna honor that life. So it gave me purpose. And it just became like a release for me to where the pedals would spin and I would get out of my head for a little bit. Physically, I was starting to feel better. I could see the improvements, and I've tracked my data over the past year, and it's phenomenal on the growth that I've had on a bike.
He's just on a mission and is relentless about it. You know, every day he pushes it. From the loss of his brother and a number of different trauma that he had gone through in his life, it was absolutely critical for him to find something that he could sink his teeth into. I think he's taken the ball and run with it with Mission 22, especially the R&R, the recovery and resilience part. I think it makes him stronger in the person that he is today.
I don't know why I fell on the bike. It was just like, okay, it called to me, and then I kept going. So you know that scene from Forrest Gump where he just starts running one day and it ends up in Monument Valley in Utah? He's like, I'm tired, I think I'll go home now. I'm not tired yet. I'm not ready to throw the towel in like Forrest Gump did. I'm getting on that bike and I'm keeping on going because there's something about it. There's something about just getting out in nature, having that breeze in your face and seeing some of the beautiful landscape here in Las Vegas where it takes you away from the stressors and the challenges of the world for a little bit. And you can just appreciate the beauty that is out there and be in the moment. And then it got serious because the Air Force enrolled me in the Air Force Wounded Warrior program and it transformed into lo and behold training. If I do this well, maybe I can go represent the Air Force. Maybe my grief and everything in my entire story can come to fruition because I can put the energy into something positive. If I made the team, I'd just be overwhelmed with emotion. I suffered a lot of my trauma because of my military service. But at the end, it's like, I gotta be grateful that I'm allowed to compete in this because there are others who didn't make it home or lost the war at home that's what it's about.
Oh my gosh, everybody! I am so excited. My heart's pumping, my hands are sweaty. Please welcome our very own director of the Air Force Wounded Warrior Program, Colonel Rich Obert. Over to you, sir.
Welcome, warriors and athletes. Today we're going to announce the 2021 Air Force Team for Warrior Games. The selection was difficult as there were many hardworking and deserving individuals, and the work and dedication was apparent by all. I know the suspense is killing you, so I'll turn it back over to Marcia. Good luck to each of you. Back to you, Marcia.
All right, thank you, sir. Starting us out from Air Education and Training Command, Major Daniel, Lieutenant Dan Cariña. Yes, yes, yes. Air Combat Command, out of Texas, Master Sergeant
Oh. Wow. We look at Mission 22 and we see all the shirts, we see all the flags out there. I don't think enough of the people understand how big the programs actually are and how that is actually in there. And like, I'm a benefactor from the donations of these private donors that are there to allow me to live life, to improve life for not only myself, but for friends, for fellow veterans, for my children, for my girlfriend, for my family, is to be that, to say, you know what? We can keep going at the end of the day. We can keep going, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how difficult life becomes, we can keep going.
We have this value in the Air Force, this belief, a wingman concept. We're gonna take care of each other. We've got each other. And it gives us hope, right? And so if you have been knocked down, I say this a lot, by the baseball bat of life, right? You're on the ground. If you know that someone's got you, it's got your six, no matter what, that's gonna help you get back up again. And that's part of Mission 22, I think, for him. That connection, that human connection, that's what's gonna save us. Yeah, that's what saved him. He can be a light in darkness. No matter how dark that spiral is, to know that someone got back up again and navigated their way out, that they can get through it too, that they are not alone. Not for one moment of one day. That's what he could be. He could be a beacon of light.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is nightcap time. Wing 360 sprint cars at Charlotte. Track cars are out on the track here. We're getting ready to call them off the track. Clayton, been a great night here at Charlotte so far. Drivers have put on a great show. The fans have participated in chat. All in all, just a great night.
Yeah, absolutely. We're seeing a little bit smaller of a count. These guys are, I don't know if that's the answer, but we're seeing, 2, 3 wide. Heck, the late models were 4 wide at one point and still able to keep digging and haul off the corners the way they were. It's been a great night here at Charlotte so far. I'm seeing a lot of 2, 3 wide into the corners here in the sprints right now during practice. A couple sliders here and there, man. I think we're going to be in for a heck of a show in the 360 sprint cars.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it continues. And before too long, Clayton, we got the podcast coming up. I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be a mixed bag. We're going to talk a little bit about Friday Night Lights. We're going to talk about real racing. We're going to talk about, I might have some old military buddies come on. The podcast is going to kick off within the next few weeks, and I have invited Clayton to play a major role in that also. So if you folks are out there, keep a watch on our Facebook page. We'll announce when those podcasts are going to be. I'm thinking 30 minutes, 45-minute type of podcast, and we're just going to talk about stuff and things. Might even reach out to some of the fans to have them on the podcast to see what you guys are all thinking. So pretty excited with all the free time I don't have. I decided to throw together a podcast. Again, we'll get the dwarf car back out coming up real soon. So we got our YouTube page with the dwarf car. Now we're going to have the podcast. We got a lot of stuff going on, Clayton, and you're a big part of that. I greatly appreciate everything you do.
Absolutely, man. No way I'd be able to do any of it had I not reached out a few years back, and it's been a hell of a ride so far. We watched it go from 15 car features to a little bit too big of an event, and now it's back down a little bit. We've seen it, the highest of highs, the lowest of lows. You've stuck through it and kept finding ways to make this better, man, and I'm just happy to be along for the ride and give my input when I can and keep on clicking these buttons and get us through the nights as best we can.
Yeah, man, let's get the cars off track, get the show underway. All drivers clear the track. All drivers clear the track, please. All right, drivers, welcome to Nightcap 360 Sprint Cars right back here at Charlotte. We won't go over the rules. Looks like we got all the same suspects in the race. Any questions, comments, or concerns from the drivers? All right, we'll advance to qualifying. I wish you all the best of luck. So here we go, fastest group of the night. Let's see if they can keep that speed under control. I'm looking for a great night in the 360 sprint cars. Waiting for the cars to come out on track. Chris Cox in the 515, driver out of Des Moines, Iowa, coming out of the pits. And here they come, everybody getting out on the track. Billy Roberts in the 99 machine. Paul Heward, our friend from down under in the 31, is out on track. Michael Vitale on track. Ethan Prolux in the 775 on track. Waiting for times to start coming in. Donald Ingram. I'd like to thank Donald for his service to our nation in that 10 car. Anthony Marfulio in the 238 is back with us. Gavin Chatham. The only one that is not Matt Grimm, Wyobe, that has won a feature. Caden Berry, top of the board, 13.453 for the youngster out of New Hampshire. Caden Berry, P1. Jack Clevenger was P2. Now Caden Berry and Matt Grimm swapped that position back and forth. Matt Grimm took it, and then Berry took it back with a...
And Chatham takes it from both of them.
Fit 13.183 for the 24 car. Matt Grimm falls down to P3. Sean Stevens from Tasmania, Australia, 13.456, good enough for fourth quick. Brandon Aylesworth in the 41 machine. Stevens moves up to fourth. Shrees moves up to fifth. Shrees with a 13.513 on his first lap. Coming off of turn 4, can Shrees move up the board? No, sir. One tick slower. Heath Dyke, 8th quick, 13.645 for Heath Dyke. Brandon Aylesworth still out on track in that 7 car, 13.6 even for the driver out of California.
And here comes the sleeper in Jordan LaFawn.
Jordan LaFawn, not long ago, had 0 sprint car experience. Matter of fact, he didn't even get his wrap done in the same colors in that 11 machine now. He got some practice late in the season just for the Dash for Cash, and we've seen him sparingly come out on track in a sprint car. Let's see how the driver out of Indiana does. Not a sprint car expert. 8th quick, 13.639 for LaFawn. Coming in for lap 2, can LaFawn move up? No, sir, a little slower. 8th quick for Jordan LaFawn. Ladies and gentlemen, that is qualifying. We're getting ready to go heat racing. We'll have 3 heats and our feature. Thank you all for staying with us as we're getting ready for heat number 1. Heat 1 to the grid. Heat 1 to the grid, please. All right, drivers, you know the drill. Got 8 laps to get it done. Everybody moving on, racing for your starting position. Keep that in mind. Put on a great show. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Well, congratulations, 24. Gavin Chatham with tonight's quick time. Gavin Chatham, Sean Stevens on the front row. Brandon Aylesworth, Paul Heward in row number 2. Jesse Ingram, Michael Vitale in 3. Anthony Marfulio rounds out your field of 7 drivers. So I found out something I did not know this week. Sean Stevens in the 26 is from Tasmania, Australia, which is actually an island off the southern coast of Australia. I did not know that. Now I do.
Man's living in the Bahamas version of in Australia.
Yeah, I'm not real sure. I think it's an island. I think it's off the southern coast,
green flag.
which now you're getting down there in the Antarctic area, I think. Anyway, green flag out. Gavin Chatham to the front of the field. Sean Stevens, we just spoke about. He is sending that Wyobe ride into first on the first lap. Did not take long. Brandon Aylesworth in the 41 in P3. Chatham is going to throw a slider back at Sean Stevens. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we are going to see all night long in the Wing 360 sprint cars. Side by side at the line, Chatham will go down low in 1, slide up in 2, crossover coming from Stevens. Chatham tried to block the slider, just did not have the position as the top 2 pull away from the rest of the field. Brandon Aylesworth in the 41 is back there. Paul Heward in the 031. Jesse Ingram in the 777. Oh, contact made between Vitali and Marfulio. Able to drive away.
Front 2 are throwing full slide jobs and still putting almost a 1.5 gap on Brandon Aylesworth.
Putting on a great show at the front of the field. Sliding. 2 laps to go. Oh, something happened. Chatham kind of fell back there. Yeah, Sean Stevens pulls away from the field with 1 to go.
Yeah, he looked a little too loose off the corner. That wing just becomes a parachute once you're 2 sideways, and unfortunate right there for the 24. Still a great run. A lot of speed out of both of them front runners. Aylesworth and Heward round out the top 4.
That is heat number 1, all wrapped up in a blanket for you. Heat 2 to the grid. Heat 2 to the grid, please. All right, drivers, you know the drill. 8 laps to get it done. Everybody moving on. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Caden Berry, Randy Shreves on the front row. Jordan LaFawn, Donald Ingham in row 2. Donovan Ross, Ethan Prolux in row number 3. Jace Badecker rounds out your field of 7 drivers. Joey out there cheering on the Ingram brothers. Nick Berry cheering on that 12 car of Caden Berry starting on the pole. Grandma Pete cheering on Jordan LaFawn in the 11 pink ride. TJ Hart cheering on Caden Berry in the green car. 8 laps to get it done. Caden Berry will take us to the green flag. The youngster is on the inside of Randy Shreves. Caden Berry will clear Shreves, able to get to the high side. Shreves is not able to close the deal and get back up to him. Caden Berry running the cushion on the high side. 12 car with the lead on lap number 1. Berry hitting the high side with perfection. Gail Hodgson is out there cheering on that 12 car as the caution comes out.
Okay, Donovan Ross just a little too sideways off of 2 there. Got sideways. Car came to a stop. Shut down on him.
So Caden Berry will stay at the front of the field, followed by Shreves, LaFawn, Donald Ingram, Ethan Prolux, and Jace Badecker. Joey Gilkerson out there. If you would, drop your schedule. I gave you my Facebook information earlier in chat. If you need it, I'll give it back to you. Kind of like to see when you run your late models. So maybe I can get a hold of you, come by and say hi in real life. Don't get the opportunity very often. Lights are off on the pace truck on lap 3 of 8. We're getting ready to go back green. Caden Berry, Randy Shreves, LaFawn Ingram, your top 4. We are back under green. Caden Berry at the front of the field. Great restart by the youngster out of New Hampshire. Randy Shrees in tow. Jordan LaFawn looking good in that 11 car. Donald Ingram in the 10 running nose to tail now as we spread out across Charlotte dirt track. Chase Badecker in that 7 car is a 6th position. Up front, Caden Berry getting it done. Randy Shrees trying to run a shallow slider line. Paul Heward, welcome to the show. Messaging and driving, greatly appreciated. Randy Shrees cutting into Caden Berry's lead a little bit on lap 6 of 8.
Yeah, over a 10th quicker last lap for the 56. Don't know if he'll have the time. It's one thing to catch him, it's another to pass him, as they say. Caden's kind of got the momentum as wound up as he can right now, all the way around the top here at Charlotte, but Shreves definitely put down a little bit quicker lap these last 2 times by. See what he can do with 1 to go.
Caden Berry is so smooth on the high side. He does not bobble a bit. He hits his line every time. That's going to be hard to beat tonight. Randy Shreves in P2, running a slider, trying to track down Berry. He closed the gap, but couldn't get to the front. Berry, Shreves, LaFawn, Ingram, Prolux, and Badecker. Heat 3 to the grid. Heat 3 to the grid, please. All right, drivers, welcome to Heat 3. You know the drill. 8 laps to get it done. Everybody moving on, racing for your starting positions. Race hard or race clean. Good luck. Matt Graham, Jack Clevenger on the front row. Heat Dyke, Randall Dixon in row number 2. Billy Roberts, Chris Cox in 3. James Ingram rounds out your field of 7 drivers. So Sprint Cars putting on a really good show. Landon, welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Rhonda cheering on that 12 car for another victory in our Sprint Car division. Let me look real quick. FNLRL.com.
Green, green, green.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't talk and type at the same time. Caden Berry has 3 wins. Matt Grimm, your current leader, has 4 wins in the 360 Sprint Car division. Matt Grimm, followed by Jack Clevenger. Heath Dyke, a driver from Australia, in the 36. Billy Roberts has moved up 1 in the 99. In P4, followed by Dixon, Chris Cox, and James Ingram. Up front, Matt Grimm setting sail. Looks like this is going to be another night of great racing in the 360 Sprint Cars. Roxanne Jones, absolutely. CSC crew had another great night. Ma'am, I wish you a great weekend. Braden Carter watching, cheering on the 24 car. Not cheering on, picking the 24 to win. Gavin Chatham has 3 wins in the Sprint Car division, also in that 24. Lap 7 of 8, 2 to go. Graham on the high side. Jack Clevenger trying to track him down in that 78 machine. These Sprint Cars get spread out super quick. In the back, Chris Cox, Randall Dixon, and James Ingram. Coming off of turn 4 for the heat win, Grimm, Clevenger, Dyke, Roberts, and Cox are going to go side by side. It'll be Chris Cox, followed by Billy Roberts. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
When people hear a Tilvalhalla project, the first thing they might think of is our shirts. But what most people don't know is that our plaques came first and the t-shirts came second. What some people might not know is that the same shirts that we make day in and day out allowed us to do unbelievable things for unbelievable people. Whether it's donating our proceeds to reduce veteran suicide or gifting handcrafted memorial plaques to the families of fallen heroes, these t-shirts simply stand for honor and freedom, two words that wouldn't exist without our heroes. This makes Tilvalhalla Project a place where fallen heroes truly live on forever.
See what the boys have learned.
Feature to the grid, please. All right, drivers, welcome to the feature. You got 30 laps to get it done. Initial start is on green. Restarts are on leader. Race hard, race clean. Put on a great show for your fans. Good luck. Sean Stevens, Caden Berry on the front row, Matt Grimm and Gavin Chatham in row 2, Randy Shreves, Jack Clevenger in 3, Brandon Aylesworth, Jordan LaFawn in 4, Heath Dyke, Paul Heward in 5, Donald Ingram, Chris Cox in 6, Jesse Egram, Ethan Prolux in row number 7, Billy Roberts, Anthony Marfulio in 8, Jace Badecker, my apologies, Randall Dixon in 9, Michael Vitale, Donovan Ross in 10, James Ingram will start at the tail end of the field. Landon Smith asks if we ever race Husitz. Landon, we keep kind of local, usually Placerville, Marysville, Chico. We do have a national event down in Kern County. Don't travel to a lot of national events without some place to sleep. It's kind of hard to park the truck and trailer at the track and try to get to a hotel. So we kind of stay local for now. Maybe one of these days we'll end up with a hauler, but we kind of stay local. Marysville, Chico, Placerville is kind of our stomping grounds.
Man, you mean to tell me you haven't had the Walmart sleeping experience yet in the back of the parking lot?
No, I can't get my truck out. Once we park nose in, I can't get my truck
You're
out.
boxed in the morning.
And I don't want to sleep in my race trailer without a shower for 3 days, so...
I hear that, brother.
Under green, Sean Stevens to the front of the field, slides up in front of the 12th car. That's Caden Berry, Matt Grimm, P3.
We got one
big wreck.
Big.
Looks like Heward tumbled down the back straightaway.
Oh, yeah.
We have added the new track at Stockton. We're running as a companion series with the World of Outlaws this year, so that's going to be cool. We have 2 races with the High Limits guys and 1 race with the World of Outlaws. So kind of cool. Stockton just built a brand new track, or redid their track, so can't wait to get out there. Joey, out of all those tracks, I think probably Placerville, believe it or not, is probably my favorite. Chico is really cool, but we don't get to race on Chico very often. Although our first 2 races, March 1st and 2nd, are at Chico, so looking forward to it. Sean Stevens, Caden Berry at the front of the field. Don't see who that was coming in. And Matt Grimm. Stevens, Berry, and Grimm, the winningest 3 drivers, and Gavin Chatham, there he is in the 24. Those are the only 4 cars that have won a feature in the 360 sprint cars. So we are starting to plan for next season, starting in late October. We're going to have, as of now, we're going to have a lot of different stuff going on, like possible pay for feature wins, and no one knows this yet, but so kind of letting the cat out of the bag a little bit. Those drivers that win weekly will either take their weekly winnings from the season or buy their way into the Dash for Cash. So they'll have a decision to make if they want to race in the Dash for Cash or they want to take their cash that they've won weekly. For some reason we're side by side here.
Yeah, we did not complete a lap yet. Original race restart.
Oh, there you go.
Green, green, green.
Green flag is out. We're back underway. Sean Stevens on the inside of Caden Berry. Sean Stevens will slide up. 12 car up into the outside wall. No harm, no foul. He's able to hold off Matt Grimm. Here comes Randy Shreves. Caution back out once again. We need to get some green laps in to let these front 5 or so cars battle it out. Trying to get one lap under our belt here. Sean Stevens, Caden Berry, Matt Grimm, Gavin Chatham. Kind of crazy how the only 4 cars who have won a 360 feature are at the front of the field.
Has Shreves not gotten a win yet?
Shreves has not won yet.
I could have swore he won Lucas Oil with the whole right rear up over the ledge thing.
Let me check FNLRL.com.
Yeah, that's a good site to check it out at.
Let me see here. Grimm, Berry, my apologies, Randy Shreve, Sean Stevens, and Gavin Chatham are the only winners of the 360 Sprint Car Division. Sorry about that, Randy. You're right. He went over the top and got it done on Lucas Oil. So your top 5 have won features.
Green flag, green flag.
Good start by Sean Stevens. Caden Berry closes in quick. Berry's going to go out to the bottom. It'll be Berry at the line. He gets in front of Sean Stevens as the caution comes back out, but I think we completed a lap, so that one should count. Don't know who that was in the infield there. All right, drivers, let's settle in, get some green flag laps in here. Just so you know out there, I do have a button that I push to talk to the driver so they don't have to listen to the whole show. Heard that caution was on the 11 car of Jordan LaFawn. Landon with the invite. Landon, we may take you up on that. We got to make our way out to Iowa to watch Jay Burdick in the Dirt Track Bank late model run. So yeah, we may go on the road here. A little tough having to work and broadcast and race, but I gotta find the time to get out to Iowa to meet Jay Burdick in person and watch the J1 late model run. So maybe you never know. We may find our way. You're in South Dakota, I would assume. Green flag comes back out. Sean Stevens thought about diving down in front of that 12 car. Caden Berry able to hold him off. Good run off the bottom side by the 12 car. The youngster out of New Hampshire getting it done. Coming off the bottom side. Caden Berry might have found something down low. Everybody else up high as Sean Stevens is going to battle it out with Matt Grimm. Caden Berry extending his lead over the second place and third place rides. Caden Berry, we saw him find the bottom last week and talked about it. Not used to seeing that 12 car down low. Caden Berry has found something that he likes here at Charlotte on the bottom, as he did last week. Rolling the bottom, Matt Grimm, Sean Stevens on the high side, Randy Shreves running a slider line. Gavin Chatham in line behind Randy Shreves, followed by Jack Clevenger and Anthony Marfulio. Brandon Aylesworth in the 41, banging the high side. Got Donald Ingram underneath him. Jesse Ingram, Chris Cox back there. Donovan Ross in the 02 or 5 on your screen. Jace Badecker in the 7. You can see that car flashing a little bit. Paul Heward in the 031 makes contact with Jace Badecker. He is able to keep going. James Ingram, Ethan Prolux. Barry still rolling the bottom. Let's take a look from the car. Hear him working the throttle inside that ride. Oh, lap traffic. That will put Barry in third. Lap traffic gets in the way of the 12 car. That will give the lead to Sean Stevens. Matt Grimm is P2. Caden Berry falls back to P3. Now Randy Shreves is in P4. Gavin Chatham, that is your top 5. Berry will recover in the 12 car, still rolling the bottom side. Lap traffic in front of your leaders. Lap traffic, hold your line. That is the leader above you.
Caution's out.
So Caden Berry gets into lap traffic. I'm not sure who that lap traffic was. As a look at the front of the 12 car, wing's a little dinged up. The front push bar is bent, so Caden Berry will decide to stay out on track versus have to go battle the back of this field. Leader, catch up to the pace truck, please. It will be Sean Stevens that takes us back to green with Matt Grimm, Caden Berry, Randy Shreves, Pace truck is off on lap 16 of 30. We are halfway home. Now working lap 17. Sean Stevens, Matt Grimm, Caden Berry. Youngster out of New Hampshire still digging on the bottom side, trying to pull up underneath that 91 car. Berry with a damaged car, still getting it to work on lap 18 of 30. Shrees trying to get by on the high side in the 56. Caden Berry has found something on the bottom. Gavin Chatham, now Berry goes up high. Not sure up high is where you need to be. Let's see if that wing holds out on the high side. It looks like Caden Berry will make that work as the caution comes back out once again. Who was that, Clayton?
Sorry about that. Excuse me, Michael Vitale.
Michael Vitale in the 213. Second caution of the night. 213 will park it for the night. Pace truck will pull into pit road. We are on lap 19 of 30. Getting down there. Thank you all for staying tuned, staying with us on a Friday night. You don't have many more. This is week 13, so we got 3 more Friday nights, and then we will be off the air until next October. We'll have the podcast coming out, but as for racing, we will be wrapped here after 4 weeks, I guess. Caden Berry still trying to make it work in that 12th car, sliding underneath. Randy Shrees is trying to take advantage as the youngster will make his way to the outside. Will Shrees go down low? Yes, sir. Shrees will make the pass in the 56. Caden Berry will attach to his tail tank in the 12 car. Now Berry goes down low, and he'll keep it down low. Sean Stevens up front, pulling away from Matt Grimm in the 91.
Oh, he's going to feed the right rear to Chatham. Caden hands full right now, watching him in the cockpit camera. Caden is working that 12 car, trying to keep it in the top 5.
Doing a great job running the slider line there.
Absolutely. A little bit of breathing room out back. Chatham may be fighting a little bit of damage from the contact with the 12. Clevenger, no surprise. The 238 of Marvulio on the bottom, making something work down there.
And an Aylesworth falls back 1. Donovan Ross up 11 positions in that 5-car /02 is what I have on my books. That purple ride is up 11 in 9th. Oh, big contact. Gavin Chatham, and I don't know who it was.
Clevenger.
Jack Clevenger. Let's see if our replay will work here. Yes, it will. Take a look. Those two tangle going into the corner.
Yeah, I believe something broke. Clevenger was almost full lock to the left, entering the corner, and Chatham there to pinch him. And Clevenger just turns left. The car goes straight. Unfortunate there for both drivers. Top 10 finishes more than likely for the both of them. Now we're going to have to see him come from the back. Not a big field, so they still got, oh no, 3 laps to go. I thought we were almost halfway maybe. Yeah, they're going to need something here.
No,
They
we're
want to
getting
come
down
out
there.
with a decent point tonight.
We're getting down there for sure. So far, Stevens, Grimm, Shreves, and Barry, all 4 of those drivers have won a feature. Leader, pull up to the pace truck a little bit closer, please, sir. Thank you, Sean.
.360 feature at Volusia's about to go green too. Perfect timing.
Pace truck will exit this time by. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting down to the end of week 13 at Charlotte. I'm not sure where we're at next week. I don't have that up. Sean Stevens will take us to the green flag, and we'll be working lap 28 of 30. Stevens, Grimm, Shreves. Barry now gets a side swipe from the 238. Marfulio is working. Caden Barry goes to the high side. He's going to hold on to 4th. Marfulio on the bottom. Donovan Ross up 14 on the bottom in that purple 5 car. Sean Stevens will take the white flag. Stevens, Grimm, Shreves, Barry, Marfulio, your top 5. Donovan Ross is coming in the 5 car. Sean Stevens, one more corner to navigate. Stevens, Grimm, Shreves, your top 3. Top 3 start finish line, please. Top 3 start finish line. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the conclusion of Friday Night Lights week 13 at Charlotte. Greatly appreciate everybody for tuning in. We'll get a word with your top 3 here momentarily.
I will be right back.
As they get lined up. All right, drivers, don't forget to go up for your interviews. Great show at Charlotte tonight. Pretty pleased with the quality of the driving. We did have a few cautions, but nonetheless, we made it through. We'll get a word with your top 3. There is Randy Shreves. We'll pull up the 56 car, the LGR driver, Randy Shreves. He moves up 2 from his start. Randy, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Joe.
Man, good run. How was the track, and do you think you had anything for the top 2?
They were pretty quick. I don't know, maybe if there were some more laps there at the end, I had a little something figured out, but I don't know. I think there was just too many cautions. Sean just kept getting great restarts, and yeah, I don't know. It just would have been a good race if it was if there were a little less cautions.
Yeah, cautions kind of bit us again, but man, it's much better than the previous. I have no answers for the amount of cautions that have come out this year. Uh, Tonight, wide track. Last week at Eldora. So I really don't have an answer, man. Hopefully we can figure that out. I don't know if you have suggestions, brother. I'm all ears. But man, I was just thinking as I'm watching the 56 here in slow mo, if I wish I had a collage of all the podium finishes by the 56 car. I think that would be pretty cool, man. You are a frequent visitor of Victory Lane, and you've been with us, or in the podium. You've been with us for a long time, man, and from the bottom of my heart, I thank you for that great run in the 56 tonight, man. Who do you want to thank on that ride for another podium finish for the 56?
I for sure definitely want to thank you, Joe, and everybody here at Friday Night Lights. It's one of the best leagues out there. It's just one of the most competitive and most fair uh, racing facility deals there is out there. And definitely want to thank my team, LGR Motorsports, Redline Design Company, One Wish Foundation, Wraps and Stitches, KSB Builders, everybody for watching. Definitely want to thank my boss, Jeff Span, my buddy Abe Ratcliffe, and Mike Singleton for tuning in, watching. And yeah, think that's it.
Great run, my brother. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, Joe.
All right, man. Clayton, are you back with us?
Yes, sir, I am. Sorry about that. Had to
No
answer a
worries.
quick question here. Second
No
place
worries.
finisher, Mr. Matt Grimm. Mrs. Clayton up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Man, buddy, we saw that 91 kind of in the picture all night. Just didn't have that little extra bit tonight to see, the driving away like we're used to with Matt Grimm up front. Bud, what more did you need in the 91 tonight to maybe get around Sean and possibly pull away with a win tonight?
The people in the back to go straight for once, but it's never going to happen, I guess. So we're just going to have to keep trying to go 2 laps at a time and make stuff happen. I mean, if we would have got some green flag laps there, I would find something and start catching them, and then the caution would come out, and I would go back to trying what I was doing, and it was just completely gone again. And you'd have to search around and find something, and then you'd find something again, and it would just instantly a caution would come back out.
Yeah, man, it's crazy to see the track kind of burn away even under caution laps like that. But the 91 walks away with another podium. We all know you're in a tight points battle there with Caden Berry. Caden, a little bit of bad luck tonight with a lap car, unfortunately for the young man. Got to be a a little bit of a weight lifted off your shoulders, able to secure yourself a little bit of breathing room, a little cushion there possibly. But 91 still looked like it was on rails, man. We know you can do it week in and week out, no matter where we go. Schedule's looking like Lernerville next week. So if I had to pick a few guys that I would want to see run the top at Lernerville in a 360, buddy, you'd be one of the first ones up there. So hopefully we can get to talking to you next week again and see what next week holds for you, man. Who you got to thank on that 91 ride for a podium?
Shout out to Keep Digging and Tight Lines Apparel and you for wrangling all these guys and all the work Joe does and just everybody who makes this happen and all the sponsors and everything.
Alrighty, buddy. Well, congrats on another podium. A little bit of breathing room for you once again, man. Hopefully you can enjoy your weekend. We'll be kicked back watching the Rolex 24 in the Hack House. So hopefully you can find something to enjoy your weekend with and get to practice it, man. And we'll see you next week at Lernerville.
For sure. Thanks, guys. Have a good weekend.
Alrighty, buddy. Take care.
Sean Stevens in the 26 car wins his heat race, drives the 26 to victory lane. Sean, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, mate. How you going?
Man, great run by the 26. I got to thank you for a little geography lesson after you and I talked last week about where Tasmania was actually at. I had no idea it was an island off of the mainland of Australia. So not only do we get racing done and we get to talk, but man, we get a little bit of learning done through the night also. So thank you for that, man, and thank you for tuning in and racing with us, man. How was that 26? Looked really stout.
Yeah, no, it's definitely good to learn just where other people and other races are from. I can learn a little bit about their background. So I like to do that as well. Learn a little bit from where people are from, and just tonight, as far as tonight goes, I had the car felt wicked. I found speed straight from practice. I think I was one of the fastest in practice there, and I sort of messed up coming out of two in qualifying, so that sort of dropped me down a little bit in the qualifying. But I made up for it in the heat race by holding off Gavin there. He's certainly fast early on, and come feature time, and I wanted to sail around the fence. I knew it would come in, but Caden got the better of me off one of the starts there early on, and I just knew that you get a really fast run down that back straight. So I tried to rip the fence in 1 and 2 and try and build that momentum down the back straight, ready for a big push in 3 and 4. And, that was paying off for me tonight, even off the restarts and the cautions and that. I found that throwing it in deep or mid, say, into 3 and just sliding it right up to the fence, that's where you keep your fastness and your momentum going. Too many cautions, I think, tonight. But, I did all right to hold off Matt and Caden. Was a little bit unlucky there going down along the bottom with that lap car, but unlucky for him. He still finished fourth, so good for him. It could have been worse. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So no one can tell me any different. You take our top four tonight: Stevens, Grimm, Shreves, Barry. You guys have to be. Of course, I'm biased a little bit. You have to be in the top 10 on the iRacing platform in a sprint car, man. And throw Gavin Chatham into that. And that's not to belittle anybody else in the server, but man, you guys put on a whale of a show. Maybe one of these days we'll have a 6-car, 50 lap, 360 race. Maybe we'll have to put that together. But man, it's just a pleasure to have you, Sean. You come out, you put on a great show. All you guys do, and the nightcap does not disappoint. So great run by you, my friend. Who do you want to thank on that 26 for your drive to victory lane?
Yeah, I appreciate those kind words, but I don't think I'd be in the top 10. But yeah, no, the boys that are in this league, it's always a good run with the boys in this league. It's awesome. Yeah, no, as you said, it'd be good to actually get a few fast guys from the league and, chuck on a 50 lapper somewhere at Knoxville or even, or Eldora, somewhere big where it's open. We can throw bombs at
I
each
tell
other
you,
and slide jobs. And yeah, just you guys for putting on the broadcast, all my sponsors on the car, and yeah, we'll rip it up next week. And as you said, Clayton, about the points there, I know I've had a couple of weeks off, but isn't it? I think there's a couple of drop weeks too, so they might come into the other guys'
oh,
points. And
talk,
with, I think
talk.
with, sorry, what was that?
Oh, my bad. But yeah, talk about an ultimate comeback, man. If anybody's gonna do it, we know that
Yep.
26 ride can. And I tell you what, man, we throw up an invitational. Tight Lines Apparel will put $100 to watch that race and get that out to the winner. I would love to watch the 6 of y'all throw down at a big track like that. It'd be
Hell
a
yeah.
heck of a show.
Hell yeah, it would be.
We may have to just make that happen. Yeah, Sean, you're currently sitting. Where are you on this list? Sean Stevens, you're 5th in points. We do have 3 drop weeks. So
Yep.
at the end of the, well, starting now, I suppose, right? Because we only keep score until week 15. So those drop weeks will start taking effect. So we'll see how the points shake out at the top,
Yeah.
man. It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be tight, I think. I think it's going to be tight.
Yeah, man, for sure. All right, man. Great race by that 26th. As Clayton announced, next week we're at Lernerville. Man, hope you come back and we see you at Lernerville. Maybe we'll talk to you again.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you for putting on the show. It's a pleasure, and I appreciate you guys. I'll see you next week.
All right, man.
Absolutely, man. Take care.
Have a good weekend. Well, your weekend's almost over, but enjoy your Saturday.
Yeah, mate, I will.
All right. There you go, Clayton. There's week 13. Pretty decent show. Those drivers out there, we haven't released where we're going to have our Dash for Cash yet, but I wouldn't quite mark Charlotte off your list of possible tracks that we will run the Dash for Cash on. I know, I think that's where, excuse me, I think that's where we ran the Dash for Cash last year also, but that announcement will come out. We want to keep it as fair as possible, so we're going to make that announcement as late as we can to give everyone equal opportunity to do well in the Dash for Cash. So, Clayton, that's week 13. Final thoughts.
Man, another fantastic night tonight. I don't know if it was car count or what. Sprint cars got a little out of hand. I hate seeing Caden Berry with bad luck like that. And at the end of the day, one of the number one race rules is it's the faster car's job to get around. Unfortunately, James Ingram looked to get a little loose there and come down and get into Caden. Part of racing, I get it, but tough break for that kid. He's been on a heck of a run this year with all the momentum he's built up. But other than that, man, we saw some great racing, great sliders in every series tonight. Carters, the CSC team, are still absolutely mutilating the rest of the field in late models and modifieds. Those guys have a second gear in that race car or something. They're excuse me, they're not to be taken lightly for sure. And anything they get in race, the sprint car domination just maintains. Another week, another same winner. I'm not surprised one bit. Those guys, I'm looking forward to figuring out an invitational to throw together for them guys. Because again, I'd give something huge to the winner on that one just to watch those 6 or 7 dominant race car drivers to go at it on the sim. That'd be a fun one for sure. And hopefully, we can get something put together for them guys. But overall, another great night of racing. I thought it was one of the better ones we've had this year, and I'm looking forward to Lernerville next week. And hopefully, we bring a few extra tow trucks to pull the cars out of the woods at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah, man. Great night of racing, as Clayton said. Ladies and gentlemen, another great night of the input from our fans out there. Greatly appreciate everybody for leaving comments and talking us through the night. Landon, I got your message on Facebook, sir. I'll send you a response. Joey, hit me up on Facebook. I want to see what your schedule looks like. Hopefully I can make some of your races, or hopefully we're racing at the same place on the same night, which would be really cool. So I put my Facebook contact information in the chat above. So shoot me a message. Greatly appreciate everyone for tuning in. The Virginia gang was out in force. The New Hampshire gang was out in force. We're getting new viewers. Again, from the bottom of our hearts, greatly appreciate everybody for tuning in. We wish you a wonderful weekend, and we will see you next week at Lernerville.
1, 2, 3. I love it, Molly.
They say it's a matter of time, 1,000 days and the sun won't shine before I come back to you. For your love I will go far, I wanna be wherever you are. I know I'm coming back for you.
Brother, it's good to see you.
Our love is a river long, the best ride in a million wrongs. I know I'm coming back to you. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way home, I'm making my way